weak. He was weak. I'm just holding iron.
Nice one, Jin.
I couldn't get him. He's one off a streak, Teach. He's working bomb quick. He's playing confident.
You saw him. You can't get on till 8.
Oh, frag. Wait, what?
Alright, we gotta regain. He's one off a streak. Come on, Teach. Let's go.
All good.
He's one off a streak.
Ain't no other frag on, bro.
All good, all good, all good, all good.
Try and work someone on the flank. He's able to find by criminally the Kriegs. They're able to get 2 headshots. They know that Formal is gone. FiveM, ooh, I think that's a bit of an over challenge. Envoy, he goes to the defensive side. Nobody able to check the bomb. Crim ready for it. Nice shots. Are criminally now going to find all 4 kills?
This is Formal for the ace. 3rd, 4. Illy wraps back, and it's Formal with the ace.
Alright. I've been trying. Let's go, boys. Let's get it.
Still a shot scene. Good play, good play.
I'm planning to.
Nice, Danny. Got this. It's yeah, she killed late pinch. Take your time. His bomb, I don't think. He's nervous! What are you doing? You're so nervous!
And you may remember that one. That is the first major where Gentlemates picked up the win against OpTic Gaming. And of course, we will be talking about the green wall. But do you know what? I'm switching up this narrative right now because I don't want to talk about how many times they've come second. I want to talk about the bounce back. I want to talk about the fact that they're going to switch this up. They're going to turn things around where it matters most. Let's talk about some of the matters we discussed actually with Hook yesterday when it comes to OpTic Gaming here. And Anne, I kind of want to go to you. This is a specific one. We asked what they're working on.
Yeah.
Hook said currently overload, which is a really good thing, I think, to hear, considering the past 3 series they've had. They've won Overload, 2 on Exposure, 1 on Den, and they're looking pretty good at it right now, but they obviously want to tweak a few things. What are you noticing about maybe their gameplay that they are trying to clean up on here?
Yeah, nothing too jarringly different in their Overload. I will say, though, like, the process in which we get to maps in the vetoes has changed, where now, you know, in a tournament, they get to pick if they're A or B. They're A, and A gets to pick the Overload, and they just basically get to guarantee if it's Den or Exposure in every series, right? So I think, obviously, if we're talking map-specific, on a map like Exposure, the ARs can be more effective, which we saw in the last match where Mercules and Dashy popped off. But, yeah, I think that change, accompanied with them focusing on the game mode in specific, has allowed them to win in these last few series. So I wouldn't be concerned if you're OpTic in Overload going forward. It's just about the mentality when we get to the finals.
And I think a big storyline for this one specifically is OpTic Texas up against Gentlemates do have the winning record. They've played 4 times. This is 3-1. Obviously, that 1 loss was in that final. But when you look at the overarching of it, you know, OpTic Texas absolutely dominate Respawn, specifically Overload, in this specific matchup as well. So for them, this is almost kind of like, I want to say teach tape for themselves, but you're getting an opportunity to go up against a team that you know gives you a hard time regardless of what this roster is made up of. And so it's an opportunity for OpTic Texas to figure out where they might be having short steps and where they can fix it.
Now, on the flip side of things, let's talk about Gentlemates, because unlike OpTic, they're not perfecting their craft currently. They're rebuilding. And yes, it's looked pretty good so far, and obviously it would when you're bringing on an SMG like Joe Deceives. You've also got Estro performing out of his mind. You got Sib doing everything he needs to do, and of course Ghosty setting records on Overload yesterday himself. It's looking great. However, is it good enough to go up against a perfected roster like OpTic?
I mean, yet to be known. I will say this, though. This is why you make this team. This is why you break up a championship squad. This is why you leave a team that got top 3 back-to-back that you couldn't beat, is to beat a team like OpTic Texas. So you're hoping to at least go the distance here. You see the Monster Energy pregame. They did win 3-0 versus Koi. Was it extremely clean? Map-wise, they were very close when you look at the games 2 and 3. So, I mean, that could have easily went further. So I think, you know, the jury's still out in this Gentlemate squad and whether or not that they can contend with the likes of an OpTic Texas.
A lot of things, you know, still to be worked on the flip side for Paris Shellmates, right? Where like OpTic's just cleaning up and fine-tuning a couple of things. Paris Shellmates do actually have some glaring things to focus on. One of those being search and destroy. It has been much better in the last 5, but a focus point is still their attack, still their post plant. The funny thing I'm thinking about going into this series is OpTic is actually like top 2 in post plant in the league right now. Gentlemates, some teach tape maybe in those map 2s and 5s, seeing what they're doing once they get that bomb down, because Gentlemates is still bottom of the league when it comes to attack.
Let's take a look right now at the maps and modes, and a stat I kind of do also want to push over to this sofa is the fact that right now, since May, OpTic are 17-2 in S&D.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Strong. So they are really perfecting their craft across the board here. But you know, when you are focusing on certain things, you know, in your map pool, map depth, etc., trying to get better, does it take a hit on some of the others that maybe you're not keeping up with?
Yeah, it definitely can, for sure, in terms of like watching VOD and stuff. And where that particularly will happen is the new maps that get added.
Yeah.
And right now, you know, we have a lot of maps, 664, right? So OpTic will, you know, generally have an advantage just because they've been together since the start of the season.
Yeah.
But in this map set, the one thing that I would look at is the Sake hardpoint for the side of OpTic, 2-2 on it. Haven't played it too much, and they would love to add that.
And on the flip side, I'm also looking at that map and that Hossie just on the side of Gentlemates, because they need to add these new maps to their map pool. I think that's going to be a big thing setting apart the teams like LA and OpTic and the rest of the top 4, because Gentlemates, their problem right now is their good maps are all the top team good maps as well. So you're either asking to square with teams that only have a lot more reps and team chemistry at this point in time, but are also comfortable on the new map. So it's giving them a lot of veto control. So Gentlemates need to expand that map pool.
Well, some of them might be comfortable, but I'm about to make you guys uncomfortable, unfortunately. Yeah, it's Scuff Pick'em's time, and again, it's a little bit of a difficult one. Nameless, kick us off. Who are you taking?
Say difficult. I got OpTic Texas. They win this one. I got them winning at 3-1.
I'll tell you why it's difficult. It's because of this lady right here.
Yeah, it's because of me. I'm literally fighting demons trying to pick who's going to win this. But you know what? I believe in the honeymoon period and OED and Estriel. I'm going to go with Gentlemates. A proper upset today.
Definitely not that Paris is right around the corner, folks.
Yeah, it's not that.
I truly believe in kind of form and consistency. OpTic Texas all the way 100% in this series. So it'd be difficult not to say them. We're going to head on over to our casters now for this absolute banger of a matchup. And again, have we got sunscreen? No sunscreen today. It's business, all business as usual. Chance, Miles, lovely to see you guys.
Chance,
Happy
you are
Sunday.
handsome.
Very
you
handsome.
look so good, bro.
So handsome.
Like,
so
truly.
Handsome. So handsome. And a handsome matchup.
And have a good cast.
Take it away.
Like, you're just going to kill it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was great. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we're casting, I suppose. Yeah, Chance?
Yes, we are. This is the best cast I've ever received on broadcast. So I'm going to have the cast in my life right now, Miles. I hope you can keep up.
Yeah, I guess I will. Paris Gentlemates OpTic Texas for a spot in our grand final of Minor 2. Ladies and germs, it's time to rock and roll what should be a very fun one. But again, we've got a little bit of a honeymoon period, if you will, in a squad that is so squeaky clean, so fighting fit, so rip-roaring and ready to maybe get second place at the next major. Oh, too soon. I don't care. Let's get into the first map.
If Paris Gentlemates are in a honeymoon period, can you make the argument that OpTic are as well? And it's just been like a year and a half long honeymoon?
At some point you do go, wow, that's such a healthy marriage. These guys are doing great. You're out of the honeymoon period. You're like, this is just, you know, what is a day-to-day thriving, as they certainly are. But either way, folks, into our first map, into the Hacienda. The old 3-1 split. We are back. So far, it's not a bad amount of kills either side. No, I take it back. It's all Paris Gentlemates. I wasn't paying attention. Good golly, that's their time.
A perfect opening break and they read the pinch as well. You're missing Shotzi for a little bit too long. Got to be behind you. Civ takes care of business. And I'm very excited to see Hossie as well, because this is like a very pure, you got your 2 ARs that need to lock it down. You got your 2 SMGs that need to be there for the routes. As soon as Paris Gentlemates hit that first punch, OpTic strike right back.
Yeah, nice. The counter. You take it on the chin, you bounce right back. A little bit of a dance through the top halls here. Angles to work with. Hook eliminates 3. Wow, what a fast multi-kill. All 4, though, go down for the Gentlemates. That's going to be 7 seconds of scrap to OpTic Texas, and a perfect rotation over to 2 as well. Expect that score to run up.
A great route from Merc off time as well, just to clear so much space on the right side of the map. So Shotzi knows, coming his direction. Good for 2 and damage on the 3rd as well. Paris Gentlemates, well, it'll be a long time before they orchestrate their next attack.
Yeah, well, good luck, boys. A bit of time now to work your way through the driveway. That's where Hook's hanging.
Okay.
Dangerous man.
He's got Joe.
Super dangerous. Gets damage into one. Eats Joe Deceives alive. And now, Estrel, you're up
Estrel's
next.
weak.
Hook's barely regened. The rest of the boys now trying to get pressure on. But no, the pressure is all from the General Mates. They're on time.
Yeah.
Dashy can't deal with it
good
all.
play
That's a
by
great break.
Mace, but
And that's also a moment where I think
It's gonna
Hook
be a
did
close
not
game.
need the help, but received a little bit too much, and an opportunity for Civ to rip 2 heads off for the pinch. So, well, Paris supply the pressure. Now for OpTic,
Shots
decision-making
going
time.
for
Hook playing for the rotation. Shotzzy playing for the scrap time.
oh,
And he's
it's
going to
big.
get it. Final 10 seconds
That's
his
good,
way. So
10
OpTic will have a
seconds.
20-point lead going towards new.
Yeah, you know exactly where
Very
shots
nice
is going to
up
be, where their spawns should
That's
be right now.
right,
That's
that's
driveway
super
for
good.
Paris General Mates.
It's
A bit of work to do to get
there.
over defenses. It's on Dashy to contain these players.
It's
Don't let them
awesome.
get too close. Hook's trying to find new time. On ball with Big Brucey still. We call it patio.
Party time.
Most folks call it fences. Brucey had to get a kill, but that's not necessarily a problem with OpTic's scoreline looking so good. He gets on the board, an instant break from the Gentlemates, and surely a bit of a contest here for both squads.
Only 2 players here for Paris, though, trying to hold this line in OpTic. Well, that is a green wall that is pouncing. He's able to connect there with the first one, so Joe Deceives having to lie in wait. Good adjustment for him, but either way, OpTic still have been relatively comfortable in time in the reading the pinch spot as well. So OpTic right now a stranglehold on this time. Joe Deceives was offered nothing, nowhere to go.
Let's face it, OpTic have been on this map a few times. Last year alone, brilliant stuff. Couple in the feed. Final seconds of scrap going to go the way of OpTic. They're not giving anything away for free. I love that. Of a change here in the attitude towards the final seconds of a hard point. They're going for all of it. Rock, though, entirely covered in Gentle Mates. Joe with the coverage. Oh, onto Shotsy, but the trades are on, and it is not working out so far for Paris.
Well, at least they read the water route this time. Taking care of business. Estriel there, good for 2. This is an interesting sequence as well. Dashy very much struggling in this game, but his team still has a 50-point lead. If he kicks it up even a little bit, you got to imagine OpTic going to be feeling good. And also, this is a heavy trophy investment, so who's going to slide in, kill 2? Think about the Hellstorm and all those trophies you just used on this hill, not really doing too much for you.
Nothing. You can't stop the nuke. Unable to intercept, need something a little bit bigger to take care of this man. Fighting on towards time. Shotsy and Dashy in the feed. And Hook has done more than enough to break this hard point, to hold on the 6th spree, the fully streaked out over 100-point climb in OpTic Texas. Yeah, please.
Wow.
Is he a speed demon? Is he patient? Does he play for rotations? Does he have the best comms in the game? There's quite literally nothing this man cannot do.
No, Omni Hook does it all. Look at these corners. Oh, no. Oh, Ghosty, good shots. I was getting ready to line that one up. Well, back over to P1 we go. OpTic Texas, a commanding lead and a firm and dominant hand right across the backside of the Gentlemates in the first set.
Thoughtfully speaking, no lead is safe against a team of this quality, but right now, they're in final form. I mean, that's 3 kills in the feed. Last guy up, well, doesn't last very long. OpTic going to be holding this time. Take it back to Black Ops 6. I mean, the masters of Hacienda. By the looks of it, all the new tech, the wall jumps, it's only going to benefit them. It's just extra stuff for Shotzzy to play with.
Yeah, it's really cool being able to use this, all the tech in this map. Being able to jump so many different angles. Entry places that, you know, that were dominated by ladders now, you're able to just jump through windows. So much more fun, so much more interesting. But hey, we're not going to get too used to it. We're going to keep watching Hook absolutely roll his way through the Gentlemates. 17-6 overall, 14-9 there for Shotzzy. And Big Bruce, that 8 and 9 with over a minute of time, he's looking fine as well. Fantastic effort all around from OpTic so far.
It dies so fast that the water route is just so easy for Mercules to pick up. So another discoordinated push coming through for Paris. Attempting to reposition, and well, they're doing good damage. Kills being exchanged. You're trying to 3-flood this through the front. It is not a fun situation.
No, not at all. There's nothing fun about this in any way. As Dashy still holding, doing it solo. Coverage now from Shotsy from behind, and Big Bruce just has to hold the Lambo. Shots were ideal. A 4 spree, and he's about to get a Hellstorm of his own. That is going to be 2 heavy missiles now in the OpTic back pocket.
Which you already know they're going to use to great effect. Now the teammates, it's going to be a classic. Again, Civ and Ghosty, maybe the 2 most impactful players of nading their friends. It's going to be punishing. You're down by 130. Got to deal with 2 Hellstorms, and well, the moment Dashy kicks up, the lead just explodes. Devastation here on Hacienda. Ooh, playing hide and seek.
Yeah, hide and seek, just Civ hanging out in the back line there. dealt with. Enough eyes in enough places doesn't allow anything to go unseen. And wonderful stuff once again. OpTic 2-man on time. Great break. Ghosty trying to get something going, but man, Hacienda's not treating them well in the slightest. 8 and 14 for Dan. 10 and 19 there for Joe. The young superstar trying to save this Parisian roster, not necessarily getting it going yet. Sib, very slick with it. Smooth moves on the outside of tin. Trying to hold on as best we can. It is a nice scoreline for now. The Genomates slow and steady on the climb.
A little bit of work, extra NPCs as well coming through to help them out. Both Ghosty and Sid rocking it. Good so far for the cleanup time, and well, you got to clean up everybody, even when things are going good. The ever-present force that is OpTic Texas on this map, not going to slow down at all. 5-3 for Shotzi. Honestly, he might be able to get the Hellstorm on scrap time. Not that you need it, because, well, Hook has one too.
Yeah, sure does.
So does Dashi.
Hercules at range. That NPC. Here comes another Hellstorm. Shotzi putting in the work as well. OpTic, I mean, this is such a serious beatdown. This is a serious handling of a squad who many thought would have the goods today. 225 and climbing. Paris Genomates might be staying firmly in the 100-point club in this one.
Sunday, bloody Sunday. Trying to keep track of how much OpTic just outslayed Paris by double digits and then some. You're only using the Hellstorms out of boredom. It's not like they're the most impactful, but you got to make sure the other team knows you have them. It is the gun skill in the route setting them apart. That is evisceration on map 1. Paris, welcome to the 100-point club.
100-point club, welcome boys. Here comes Hellstorm number 2. You may as well call in the third. Just to put a button on it. Map 1, no sweat off the brows of OpTic so far.
Oh my god.
Enjoy the end of that honeymoon. Honeymoon? Didn't last very long for Paris. That is a very difficult map 1 indeed.
Still smiling like, holy shit.
A looming threat, I imagine, for the league. Again, towards the tail end of Black Ops 6, OpTic have achieved near mastery of it. Looked fantastic. Slightly new dynamics. Again, the lobby wall hop, especially for S&D, it's going to get switched up just a little bit, but if that map 1 is anything, that is a statement to the rest of the league. First time we've seen OpTic on it, and they look spectacular. Overwhelming there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 9 and 20, Dan. 9 and 20 for Ghosty, shy of 2k damage, both he and Estriel. That was a fast one. 7 minute 55 seconds. B to A, absolute ding, map 1. 250 to 7 a.m. If you have just joined us, yeah, you've already missed it. Don't worry, we've got a highlight package for you here, and this is going to absolutely be with the green team.
The things you could say successful for Paris. They had a good opening break. They got those first 10 seconds, and even on this P2, I mean, Sid pops a 2-piece. Paris actually get into time. I love this play from Shotzi. I mean, stripping 10 seconds away is scrap time. When you know if you get the kill, the player's going to be spawning out. You trust your teammates on rotation. They kept that under lock and key, sort of like a 20-point swing moment as well, just to keep your foot on the gas. You know, again, Paris had 2 good moments. I mean, they got a lot of trophies over towards the new time. Any degree of success they had, you can count it on one hand. OpTic struck back in emphatic fashion in just sheer and utter dominance. Dashi, probably the smoothest and most comfortable game he's had to play. His teammates absolutely picked them apart.
Yeah, this was very, very tasty. Like butter, right across the bread of the Genomates. Chomped them. It was a small snack. It was an easy entree to what could be a short series. I mean, the first one, a 3-0 again. The Thieves, kudos to them, sitting in the grand finals, now going to watch OpTic, thinking about that's right. It's going to be these guys in the finals yet again. 2 teams who we have touted as the best in the game, and with damn good reason. A map like that, a showing like that, that's why we do it. Look at the game flow. Not going to be a pretty one indeed. You might as well just keep the foliage in the way, folks. For the Genomates fans, there's no need for them to see it. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's not a fun place to be. 78, all they could muster against the might of OpTic there on Hacienda. Doing tricks on it, folks. But look at that scoreline. It was gross.
It'd also be very interesting to see 4 Thieves in the finals, potentially, if they play OpTic, of whether or not they want to square up on the Hacienda, just to see if that's going to be the expectation and the tone OpTic always bring, or if you're able to contend. Really good opportunity to get some information going into the major. Of course, though, I think it's $20,000 on the line, so you want to win this one, too. So maybe the pick and bans need to be as serious as you can possibly take it. Either way, for the series you just saw, the the maps that we have, a lot of fresh maps that are going to be in the mix. Very low reps for both of these teams, so plenty to be learned, plenty to be discovered. I just know right now, OpTic very much in the driver's seat.
Very much so. They've got their hands firmly on the wheel on what, 9-2, give or take. They're keeping it real safe. Belts are on. They're going all the way home this time round. Exciting stuff, though, and very, very clean gameplay. If you've just joined us, map 2. Here we go into the search and destroy. Good news, OpTic fans. You're amazing at the mode right now. Truly the best in the league.
Who the hell has a better KD than 1.16? Because that's absurd. I mean, 16-3 record, on point for the round win percentage. Perfect in the map 5s as well. I mean, I'm not super surprised other teams might beat them in the opening to win percentage, but 1.16 as a team, clinically absurd in this game mode. Very fresh on the stats front, and, well, if any man needs to soul search, maybe hope and a prayer, choose the right gods for this one. Bounce back for the map.
I think he might. Please, Captain
I think he's actually
Please,
praying.
Ghost. Please, Mason, the
Who
numbers.
he prays to? Casper?
Ooh, Slimer, many famous ghosts throughout. Kevin, was it not Patrick Swayze? Was he the ghost? There's a lot of very famous ghosts. Swayze. Yeah, it was Swayze. Could be him. Could be Casper. Could be Slimer from the Ghostbusters.
Could be the
trilogy,
Holy
I
Ghost.
suppose. Could be the Holy Ghost. Could be that.
Classic.
Yeah, what other ghosts we got? Any other good ones? I'm all out. I'm all out.
Ghost of Christmas Past, I think. I'll end on that.
Oh, yeah. Well, the ghost of COD seasons past. Can you take me back to Major 1 Ghost, he's saying right now. Either that, he could be Brainy Captain Price, excited about MW4. Is he a bad guy? I don't know. The trailers are just loose enough. Could be Ghost. What? He's not praying to Soap. Soap's dead. RIP. Here we go. Back to the bracket, ladies and gents. OpTic now, top side of your screen, looking to play Thieves in that grand finals. The Paris Gentlemates have resorted to Faith to try to get them through this one. And Faith, a very important thing, but not necessarily a deciding factor when it comes to success against OpTic Texas in a game of search and destroy chance.
And keep in mind the Heretics being out of the tournament as well may be a benefit for the religiosity coming through in this series. And also for OpTic, I mean, 3-0s have been their theme this year. Over half of their series they have just taken care of in the quickest fashion imaginable. Absolute menaces. No complaints for this team. Obviously, the long-term story is they just want to get over the hump, actually win one of these tournaments, but absolutely have faith in their mental. Great team down the line, great camp around them as well for the supporting cast. OpTic, absolutely a machine, I'd say, this year. Past few years, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thinking about our famous ghosts, the ghosts from Pac-Man staying on board with the game theme. That's about as good as I got. That's as good as I got. You're going to need a hell of a lot more, gentlemates. This could be a fast one. If you need the bathroom, hit it now. By the time you come back, we could be 3 rounds in. That's the way it feels. Come on, gentlemates. Dig deep. Show us the goods.
Gridlock, good news for gentlemates. You got the alliterative flow going through them as well, and also a very different sort of stylized map. You can absolutely slow the pace down compared to Hacienda if you want to. If you're a fan of the bangouts, you can get this done as well. Paris, a team working and operating on short notice to develop these strats as well. Tall task ahead.
Not the stretcher, for God's. Josh, we see you. Between that and Big Thirsty, Gridlock's treating you right. Nice opener for there from Dashi. And Civ gets involved with the nade there. So no big boom for now. Shotsy. Oh, Joe, though, leaves the room arse first. So he's got his eyes at the ready. A 3v2 now, thanks to Hook's kill. Joe still mobile with the bomb towards the A-bomb site.
It brutal for Paris as well. They met Dashi in the middle of the map. They saw Shotsy on the A side. Then you get Hook to deal with on the B side. So they're attacking Shotsy, but Merc is here for the support.
Yeah, they're backed up. This is eyes on. Shotsy just takes a touch of damage, less than a minute. Here come OpTic. All 3 remaining members are going now through street. They're going to hit that side. None caught it. What just happened? It's 2v2. Yep. B-bomb site, wide open. That's all yours, Joe Planet.
You didn't see that exploding car right next to him? 'Cause I did.
The nade. Oh, Estriel. Good shots. What a round. Shout out the exploding car. Shots. I love this. No way. Somebody's going to check this, right? Come on, bruv. Nice round out of the gentlemates. A little bit of magic.
I have absolutely no idea how Hoop Team killed there. Quite literally not a clue. I don't know if that was a nade from earlier or what happened. And did he pick it up from an enemy? I have no idea.
It could have been a pickup from an enemy, but I've got no idea what it could have bounced off of at that part of the map. A piece of signage? Oh, that yellow car. I'm getting told there's a yellow car.
Cheeky one, yeah.
Oh, a little bit of unfortunate geometry. That's a tough one. Hey, and that that gives you the round. So, hey, lock in. It's fine. Gentlemates up. Back over to A we go.
Square up and bang out as well. Good luck.
Slower here from the Gentlemates. Chauncey right through the window. What an opening. And now he's on the back line. Tags are there. Is it enough to get the boys forward and get those kills? For now, yes. 3v2. And Sib and Joseph back up they go. Merc takes space. Glint of the sniper taken care of. Now all down to Joe Deceives. And OpTic will play this patiently and get that bomb down as well.
Approaching this retake. Good luck with this one. He gets spotted as well, so no time to pinches. Yeah, just has to sprint into a crossfire. Or if you call out one shot, do OpTic hunt him down, or do they show respect? They show respect. Keep the L trigger. Not making any mistakes today.
Yeah, he'll eventually show face. OpTic have got all the win conditions here covered. That is incredibly patient and very confident gameplay. A nice round and they're back on it.
Actually, in round one, established that early dominance middle of the map with the sniper. Almost said it, Miles. We're getting better. We're learning.
You're doing fantastic.
Hook had the B side of the map. Shots responsible for A, and Hercules gets to be that floating style player as well. Damn it! It's there, Miles. It's always there. It's never going to go away. Sib looking to respond with the sniper.
He's doing great. Sib. Oh, he shows just too much flesh. Dashy. First blood. That really helps the mid-map play. Honson getting very busy. Look at Hook go. Look at him go. 3 in a row. He's just so happy in a situation like that. The boys give him clearance to move. Bruce intel on the next man. Here comes kill number 4 for Hook. If he can get it, he's still got the time, and his teammates have got the other player taken care of. All bases are covered right now for OpTic. Paris Gentlemates, you're in 1v2s, 1v1s that you don't want to be in right now. Can they get together? Oh, Estriel. They've got guns on the door. Don't do it, my friend. Back it up. Try to wait for Ghosty. All the tricks are coming out now. The smokes. And OpTic maintaining position above the bomb site. Here comes Hook. Number 4. Here comes Hook. And that's the round for OpTic.
Hook is elite. And we can keep saying it. It's never going to get old. The omni movement wizard that this player is. Heads up, high IQ. He's in a 1v1 with Ghosty. If he gets that kill that's bombed down in the back of the map, it guarantees the round win. Does he take the 1v1? No, he does not. There is absolutely no reason to. Estriel had a 20-second span where he's effectively in a 1v3. OpTic are making sure that they are playing flawlessly. 0 mistakes, not taking any risks unless they absolutely need to. Great adjustments as well. Sib tried to respond with the sniper towards the middle of the map. Dashy just slips from the inside. Chows him with the AR towards the middle of the map and just playing mind games with him.
Different look here with a snipe. We're thinking B. We're thinking B with that bomb. You've checked nearly everything, but the man up close. Oh, Estriel gives it up, and a second goes the way of Shotzi. 3v2. Shout out Sib. Shotzi's on for 1 here. He has Ghosty in his sights, and we will see. There it is. That will be the round. Yep, Ghosty, you're coming with me.
He doesn't even crack a smile. He's just confident. He's just, yeah, there's the smile. Called him out on the other side of the map. Shotzi, when you get those situations, it is all but a guarantee. And you just have to sit there and take it. That's hell.
Can we get a Dan cam? Can we get a Ghosty cam?
No, don't do it to him. He'd pray for that.
He didn't pray for that. So, no. Yeah. Sorry, Dan.
It's so annoying.
It's so annoying. When we saw that feature introduced, I knew for a fact of all players, we're going to see him get the most by far. And I do declare that ththose are the ways it goes. That's tough. That's 3-1.
Everybody's here.
Also,
Holy smokes.
bro, wait. 4 spree, Hook. Dashy on a 4, Shotzzy on a 4. Lordy, it's going.
Crazy.
It's gone! Oh! No way! No way! Was that the ace? Was that the Anthony Cuevas Castro 4-piece special bucket deluxe? It might have just been. Oh, come on. He took them all out. That is disgusting finger licking good. Might
That's his ace of the year. Maybe the second fastest ace of all time. Shout out Stamino. Man, that is always going to hold that record back into IW, but at least at this level, Shotzzy, back-to-back rounds, he just gets to giggle. He is asserting dominance in this matchup.
Way too fast. I was so fast I couldn't even hear production tell us how fast it was. Good Lord, it was incredible. What a round. Well, 4-1. The reason why the man has nearly got a 2 KD in Search and Destroy. Moments like that. 6 spree. And what are we doing here, boys? We're just doing whatever we want. Gentlemates are suffering here in the Search.
Mind games. They've perfectly baited out the rotation. Paris Gentlemates have now spread their defensive setup a little bit thin. No information for either team. I don't believe Merc is spotted out on the cross. Now there's noise on the B side of the map. That is the go button for the SMGs.
Yeah, here we go. Check your corners. Joe. Eyes on. Estrel now trying to get the dance going. You're going toe-to-toe with maximum confidence, Shotzzy. Luke takes care of the tree now. He has a forward position to play with. Dashy on the outside. We close now. Around the Gentlemates. Is it knives at the door? Oh, it's a gun from Estrel that takes care of business. Dashy now moving forward. Damage sensational across the board. Bomb planted. Who can he get away with his life? No, he cannot. Gentlemates. Patient play pays off.
Also, the first time OpTic get a little bit over-aggressive. No real need to push, but I think once that first blood goes through, everyone else feels the obligation and try to make the play. Dashy absolutely delivers on the play through the middle of the map.
Right.
Evens up the odds, gets out of dodge, but while that was happening, Shotzzy just gets caught. Joe Deceives very much ready for that fight. Defensive round, Paris Gentlemates very much needed. Still down 4-2. But I think they were able to shut down some of the Hellstorm potential as well. It's a small W.
Small W as well. And we will keep a count on those sprees. That was a ridiculous run there from the OpTic players. It does come to a close. And with that close, is the beginning, is the opening now of a new chapter for the Paris Gentlemates. Offensive round for them looks to be the B-bomb site. Sib has not had a huge amount of success at this part of the map. No sniper for the Gentlemates, and it might not be an issue. Dashy, can he be just that? Stun, connection. He has the numbers here to help out through mid as well.
Standing tall. He's challenging.
Oh. Gives it up for a second. No big deal though. Mercules has the middle of the map covered, so no pinches to be developed here. Dashy knows guns forward. Even under the smoke, simply for the retreat. Or is it? We'll see. Gentlemates are holding.
Fearful of the pinch rolling through. Nice catch, though. Pinch was actually coming from the bottom side of the map, so there's another mistake from OpTic. A little too over-aggressive. Pairs, 40 seconds to work with.
Yeah, they're trying to play the maximum intelligence. They're definitely not getting any of it here. Yeah, they've tried to cover the map, see where the Gentlemates could be, but it was an easy fold all down that street. Bruce, what an angle that is. Good golly. The timing's just been somewhat off for him. And yet it still remains a difficult round with Snipe. Connects with at least one. Worried about these players all over the place. My word, a second. A thing of beauty. And dare I say it, Estriel checks right. The COD gods answer. No clip for Big Bruce.
By God, though, he is close to it. Still gets the clip, just not the finish. Estriel, man, terrifying to be the new man on this team.
Oh my God! He just sees the inside of Dashy across his screen.
I didn't see that he went around the other side.
Heads up gameplay, though, just to make sure you're playing it distant, not going for the chow. You see, Joe Deceives had different ideas. Estriel knew the snipe was coming. He just leaves, disappears. Joe Deceives wanted to take a swing. So did Ghosty, next man in line. But Estriel got brought on the roster for the reason. For situations like that, that is a 5 spree he is currently on, dragging his team back.
4-3, we're back in it. Tons of information passed over here. Watching out for the mid-map hit. That's going to be Sib. He's got a lot to deal with in the middle of the map as well. Problem 1 dealt with. Problem 2. out and about. Sib, lovely work in the middle of the map. Bomb recovered now from OpTic. They're going to make their way back over towards A, potentially. Have to worry about Joe and Ghosty now.
Making moves right into the pinch. They're now just in between both of these OpTic players. And, well, guess who does not miss very often? That'd be Dashy up top. Gentlemates getting baited.
That, I mean, I don't think he missed a bullet. We'll see it in slow motion. That's about as good as it can possibly get from Dashy there. 11-3 overall. What a fantastic map he is having. Gives up his post for a fraction of a second. Does not let the COD timing go against him. Big Bruce, one of the finest to do it.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. He raised that right eyebrow as well. As moment he saw them. Eyes like saucers, and now OpTic have their sights on going up 2-0, just a round away. Paris back to Old Faithful, 4 men straight towards A. Only Mercules here to slow him down. Mercules, though, has survived.
That's going to be a bomb plant, 4v4. OpTic on the big spread, all bases covered here. A clean up there in the middle of the map. Hoog now opens the door. We've made it to inside of the onset, but it is an ugly place to be right now. Hoog causing damage, right flank taken care of by Ghosty. Trades on point, what a kill from Big Bruce, that is outrageous. It is all down to Joe. 20 seconds still to play, time for OpTic to regroup.
Bomb is planning for Joe here.
There you go.
Outside, Joe. Can't get it done. 13 on the clock. Hoog, good for the defuse, good for the map. 2-0. OpTic, Texas. What a gridlock that was.
Tip the cap to Big Bruce as well. Another one to the pile of a masterclass map he was able to have. No luck there for the 1v3, but all skill every other round. He opens things up with a snipe towards middle of the map, establishes that dominance early on, able to play with that idea in the later rounds. Good for the 2-kill bailout there, ready for the second guy in line, reading the rotations of the players pushing through. We've given Hoog a ton of gas, deservedly so,
always.
You know, at least in my opinion, being like a fully evolved player. Dashy, especially since like Cold War-ish, really been working on his game, his out-of-game mental as well. And we have absolutely, over the past few years, watched him develop tremendously as a player. He might be Final Four, Miles. He might be a fully evolved player. 13-4 there. Vetty stuff. He might have the best shot in the world to back it up.
He's had those candies. He's leveled up. And now he's evolved. 250, 78, 6-3. Den overload on the other side of the break. Ladies and germs, how are we feeling about this one? I think we're feeling pretty damn good. If we are an OpTic Texas fan, they are looking very clean indeed. LA Thieves waiting for them in the grand finals. We'll find out what happens after the break. Gentlemates, it is now or never. Your Minor 2 tournament life on the line.
Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams log in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to FazeVegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Go pick up the 2026 Call of Duty League Championship Tracer Pack. You can support all 12 Call of Duty League teams.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
How we feeling, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, doing all right.
Let's just get into the big elephant in the room here. 3 straight second place finishes. Round 10, map 7 versus Paris. No respawn wins versus FaZe. And then you guys go 1 and 4 in the Neslo maps versus LAT.
Not ideal just because we know just how capable we are. And yeah, we're kind of losing in every way. At least it's not the same thing back-to-back finals. You know what I mean? So
This is true.
We just got to clean up. We got to make sure we're just clicking and believe the next one's ours.
The general sentiment around you as a player is that you've been one of the most mechanically gifted ARs to ever touch COD. What do you feel you bring to the table that just sets you apart from the other really good ARs that are out there?
Obviously really good at the game and I have a really good shot, so that definitely helps. I think I adapt better than at least majority of the ARs. Just understand the meta, understand how I have to play. Having really good teammates helps, you know what I'm saying?
So outside of COD, like what's your biggest decompression tactic? How do you reset your mind?
If I'm just trying to get away from the game, I'll just go to just another game, just a classic gamer answer.
Bring to the table that just sets you apart from the other really good ARs that are out there?
Obviously really good at the game and I have a really good shot, so that definitely helps. I think I adapt better than at least majority of the ARs. Just understand the meta, understand how I have to play. Having really good teammates helps, you know what I'm saying?
So outside of COD, like what's your biggest decompression tactic? How do you reset your mind?
If I'm just trying to get away from the game, I'll just go to just another game, just a classic gamer answer, like a CS, a Val.
Okay, so you're good on the sticks as well as with mouse and keys, what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I mean I got some, I put in some shifts for sure.
If you were to go back and talk to younger Dashy, say, hey, you're about to be the legacy of what OpTic is, what does that mean to you in this day and age?
It's definitely crazy to just even hear that, but there's no other org I'd rather represent. It's the best org to play for. Yeah, I mean, I got some, I put in some shifts for sure.
If you were to go back and talk to younger Dashy, say, hey, you're about to be the legacy of what OpTic is, what does that mean to you in this day and age?
It's definitely crazy to just even hear that, but there's no other org I'd rather represent. It's the best org to play for. It's not even close. Everyone I've played with, everyone that works here, it's a fun job. I can't lie. Go hard every day. Don't take it for granted. Just still try to get some more wins.
Let's hit a little team superlative. Teammate most likely to. Who's most likely to roast someone after a bad play?
It might actually be me or Mason, but Mason is...
He had there, and what an incredible player he has become over the years, Chance, no doubt about it. One of the most mechanically gifted we have seen in a long time. Not bad for an old man here in the league.
27 old, not
crazy.
Dashy with the power to make 5,000 people stand to their feet just with a single snipe. Powerful man in and out of game. Of course, well, so far this year, outside of the grand finals, they've had Paris Gentlemate's number. Good in the game.
Bro.
Fives, a pair of 3-0s back to back. Well, we're shaping up for another one. Some of these new maps that have been in the mix, probably much more difficult for Paris Gentlemates to figure out the team vibes, the chemistry. Everybody's learning at the same time. Snipe, powerful man in and out of game. Of course, well, so far this year, outside of the grand finals, they've had Paris Gentlemate's fives, a pair of 3-0s back to back. Well, we're shaping up for another one. Some of these new maps that have been in the mix, probably much more difficult for Paris Gentlemates to figure out the team vibes, the chemistry. Everybody's learning at the same time. Den has been around the entire year. This is the map where Paris Gentlemates have to show they are able to fight back. Of course, though, in this game mode, in this matchup, especially for the ARs, very comfortable, very familiar. OpTic have had their number.
They've had their number, and the Paris who beat them in a grand finals at Major 1, unrecognizable. Outside of the team change, that squad just does not look the same.
Dude. I'm just really tell them.
Two-piece.
And both the SMGs for Paris turning up right now. Joe to Steve's opened up 4-0. Astro keeping the play active. Everybody's grouped up for this push.
Astro still on this too. Nice staying over the top from Ghosty. No trophies just yet. This is a fantastic opportunity right now for the Gentlemates down and out. Last man on the stairs. Oh, Hook, the nuke. Can he get another? He can indeed. What a save.
Devastating. 1v1 for the bread there between him and Sib, and Hoop takes him to task. And now the team, I mean, taking it so quickly over to the B zone. S-Shield not going to be fast enough on the pitch. You're going to be out of the play and bamboozled. OpTic too fast for their own good. They're up 1-0.
Yeah, Shotzi also picks up that third in the background. What a moment. Well, quick spread here from the Genomate's bottom side. They've got a man overextended, Sib, looking to catch out 1 or 2 here. And so far, he's caught nothing. Here comes the pickup. Paris all over it. Shotzi yet again, another delightful corner here on Den. The cleanup crew have arrived, and now OpTic Texas, the pain train, we are on it.
Back with device control as well. Clean up Estrel inside at 10. Well, you lose the bodies. A 50-50 setup. And right now, Paris trying to work the pinch. Spread out mini-map. Paris maybe with an opportunity.
Maybe an opportunity indeed. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's go for it. Listen in.
We get to Dashy 10.
Absolutely. He slipped.
Nice, I need the ball. I need
the ball. I got needed. I'm saying
I need another heady weak.
We are stunning it.
Fun 10.
Found it. Just shot. We should just shot. I'm watching it. Oh, I'm naded. One side.
Hey, pitch. Patio, dude. Back left. I mean, Dashy deep patio. Nice. Deep on heady.
Two on ball, one patio. Two on ball, one patio. Patio weak. He's back to Dragon Pillar. It resets.
Let's play right.
Yeah. Holding small. I'm just holding small.
Hold back door then. I'm
back. Holding small. That's all right.
Outer right. Merc.
He's already outer. Yep.
Outer weak.
Yeah, they're back. One inner.
Inner dead.
We got it. Trying for B2.
Got me one.
Nice. 3-3. Left guy. Brandon. Really weak. Brandon going outer.
He's outer.
One shot.
Still outer.
Three. I actually threw that.
Inner. Jump in already.
One can be middle late.
Inner. One shot.
Nice shot.
Last one. Give me inner again.
Grab the ball. Hard fun.
Nice. Let's go on top 3.
I help.
Maybe wrap the ball. Couch. Color. One more back there. Here. Come on. Mid's open. One shot. Bruce in P2.
I'm
going couch. Couch.
One's
big short. One short.
Two short.
Gotta fill it left. I'm filling it left.
One might be blitzing you couch.
I've got double aim me middle. One's running up right side statue door red, and then one's deep middle. Shotty close.
I'm gonna get
top 3 done.
Nice.
Under me cut, and then front broken.
Nice.
Under me cut, front broken. Broken, that's it, that's one shot. Be cut, left
one shot.
One shot, I got it.
Still there.
Nice. You're dashing color. I'm getting out.
Deep low dashy, weak.
I'm going through mid. Make sure I get out, please. Yeah, I got you.
I'm saying
You're good.
One's
probably re-pitching right.
We can take couches, Callie. We can take couches.
Short. I can't. I'm not gonna.
And it's another attempt falling to pieces there, thanks to the save of Hook. Another on the bag for him at 2-0 with final 50 seconds on the map here.
The feeling as well is that Paris Gentlemates just feeling the pressure that OpTic been bringing, expecting them to be in the right position at all times. They've had opportunities to be aggressive, gotten shut down every time. The rap game and the communication for OpTic have to be on point as well. Towards B they go.
Yeah, and it sure is. 6 spree for Hook. He's absolutely disgusting right now, folks. A few of these kills have been while he's holding the EMP. He's about to give himself another Hellstorm. Shotzi's going to cut through the middle of the map, cause some issues. Here comes the potential capture. No good. Mercury's still trying to stay alive here. That's going to be the snatch and grab right now from the Gentlemates. Oh no, it's going to go nowhere. It's going to be 3-0 at the whistle blown.
Brutal. Real massive lead for OpTic. And if anyone's going to rally cap, might just be them. Should be able to collect the device. Hook has it in hand.
Got it.
All of his teammates are dead, but they're spawning up towards B, and that's where he's wanted to go anyway.
Oh, you got to back it up, though. That could be a kill, and that's half-time. Well, definite attempt. We're going to force that half-time in the extra time. But a very, very decisive look here from OpTic on Den. No problem whatsoever for them. 2 massive saves through the highlights here. And going into the second half, Gentlemates, it has got to be a little tighter.
Shreds them. And how fast they turn that 3-piece into a capture. And maybe 15 seconds go by, and all of a sudden you're down by a point. You take one bad round if your Paris are a little bit too slow, instantly punished. Another bad sequence where they get 4-man wiped, and just Shotzi already in position, forcing the spawn out. I mean, Paris doing what they can, making decent reads on the map. I think there's just the slightest bit of hesitation rolling through, because OpTic just applying that pressure.
You're not wrong, that hesitation is palpable. They're trying to do everything, well, they're trying not to do anything wrong, and in doing that, they don't allow themselves to get the right thing done. That's so tough for them. It's a half a step for the Gentlemates. It is two massive strides for OpTic Texas right now as they march yet again over towards that left-hand side. That B goal has got their name all over it. Shotzi's trying to get a little bit more done here, and he does get an extra. Mid-map still swarming green.
With the pressure, you're just so far forced back. Hook has been sprinting at them. Not a moment of comfortability for this Paris Gentleman's team. Looking for that moment of maybe a clean forward down. Joe Seeds gives you one in the feed, trying to set it up. You need to get these trades, and you get them. Nearly everybody dead in there. Yo, Shotzi, last man in line. Paris can finally take a breath.
Yeah, finally, take a breath now. Use that breath to fuel the legs. Dashy cuts you down in mid. Estro not taking too much space just yet. He's still worrying about Dashy. Where could he be? Could be anywhere. And it's nervy. It's nervous. They can't do a whole lot. I mean, Bruce is just holding the dojo. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing exceptional. But it has just completely silenced the Gentlemates in their play.
Absolutely asserting that they are the better team. Trying to dig yourself out of a hole. Another two in the feed. So maybe an opportunity for Paris. Shotzi, if you haven't seen him in a while, it's behind you. Well, the curse of the AR nades from Paris strike again. Sib, another team kill. Any moment Paris have where things are starting to go well, it is a collapse 10 seconds later.
10 seconds they're going to really need soon. OpTic all over mid. Looking for a pickup here. Looking for a couple of kills, and that could be another goal. Looking towards A. Shotzi. Oh, he gets in the spawn, causing some problems. Here goes Mercules. The slide, no good. What a stop there from the Gentlemates. Don't let it get out of hand.
That was a big stop.
And now on the run forward, they've got players in position. This could be a capture. Estriel deals the damage. Ghosty now from lobby. Are we able to get this one over the line? This would be incredibly helpful for the Gentlemates in their campaign back into this matchup. Joe goes big. Cross over to A. OpTic are all over him.
Most diabolical route of all time. All that work just to drag it back to neutral territory. If anything, a place where OpTic wanted. Estriel, though, good for some spawn kills, and that's 3 in the feed. So, Paris, this is a situation you need this score.
They're trying still. Is this going to be the one? One left. 2 now in lobby. Through to the dojo we go. Ghosty over the top. Not good enough. Dashy saves it. Goal line stop. 2:15 on the clock, and we're on the run.
And we're knifing our teammates off spawn. Maybe 3 or 4 team kills in this series for Paris. Each one of them more awkward than the last. OpTic now the opportunity to drive the dagger through their hearts with his final capture. Work that front line, man. Good finesse, good shots, amazing finesse as well. Timing should be good to force it through, and there you go. Dashy trying to call game.
Brandon Hotel gets his second of the map on a 3 spree as well. Now the quick cut over to the bottom side, and that is going to be Gentlemate territory for now. Hook, Ian Merck find the first. Mid-map still crawling, looking for the pinch. This could be a capture. Shotzi though from Dojo. The Shinobi strikes for 2. A minute 30, and we could be looking at a 5th goal.
No need to touch the device either. You are just playing keep away. And they're doing the right thing. Burke straight past it, 3 in the feed. Well, now if you score, it's fantastic. You go spawn kill their brains out. Maybe set up and do what FaZe did, or LAT rather. And they're not, don't care. Yeah, 5-0, doesn't matter. Go get some kills.
Yeah, second goal there for Mercules. Just over a minute to play. Shotzi leaves me breathless. Another shot in the back, 6 in a row. Keeping the spawn well and truly alive. Possibility for the rally is here, but he's got to hold these players back. His spawn is now safe. Mid-map on the Big Bruce. The victory lap continues right now for OpTic Texas. They're going to be going into that grand finals hot. As the Gentlemates, their run here at -2 falls short of a grand final. Disgusting work out of OpTic. Can we get the hat trick now for Merc? Wind up hit. Good stun. And we are causing problems.
Just so annoying. Get the knife out, get the double kills, finish this off however they want. Paris, well, there's your hat trick you were looking for Mercules. If you're Paris in the short term, I mean, you devastated a couple rosters through the roster mania. All this hubbub to make the switch, and all that just to be target practice for OpTic Texas. A dominant 3-0.
Yeah, hardened bots for OpTic right now. Active indeed. GG's. 3-0 OpTic going to the grand finals of -2. I'll be playing the LA Thieves after this, and that was a beatdown.
I just want to see a hacienda between LAT and OpTic. I think that'll sort of set the tone. Not a fun sequence there for Paris Gentlemates. Brand new team, a good amount of COD left to be played in the year, but we are absolutely in crunch time. The name of the game so far in Black Ops 7, if you can beat OpTic, you can win a tournament. At 3-0 did not show any signs of life.
Not at all, man. Not even close. 34-22 from Shotzi, doing what he does on Den. One of the best to do it. 34-19 Big Bruce, he had a wonderful series altogether. That Search and Destroy, very memorable on Gridlock. The whole squad really bringing it. Not a lot of life there from the Gentlemates. Outclassed here in Minor 2. An incredibly deft 3-0. That did not look pretty. It was a lot of fun to watch, though, I will say. But 3-0. Gentlemates, thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. And thanks for getting to Sunday. But that is all for them now. Minor 2 is over for that squad. Grand finals, though, ahead of us. Chance, very, very excited. LA Thieves taking on OpTic Texas. Desk, how are we feeling? Ali, respectfully, tough.
It's actually really hard to keep this professional when I say this, but they got their cooked.
Their ass beat.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah, go on, say it. Because that was just an absolute obliteration. This is the fastest championship Sunday I think I've ever been a part of in my career. I genuinely look down and things are over. I'm like, what is happening right now? OpTic are on a different level to everybody other than maybe LA Thieves, which is obviously very exciting for us coming up next. But Nameless, overall, they just have everything down. It's perfection, truly.
Yeah, I don't know. That has to be that's as dominant of a series as you can have without them literally going scoreless. I mean,
Oh, because I'm on the wrong side.
look like a ranked play.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on.
I don't want to be too harsh on them because it is a fresh roster move, but when you make a change like this, it's supposed to be a shift in the balance where, like, this team is better than the Gentlemates and better than Toronto, and I just don't see it. Like, you would show at least a little bit more life in a matchup like this. So I think, unfortunately, I think for a lot of the Gentlemates fans, when people support this organization, that was like that was a tough outcome. Like a 3-0, sure, but at least one of the maps got to be close. Like 100%. One of them. One of the things you were struggling on, and we just saw nothing.
Ali, I think the biggest takeaway for me as well, not just in terms of the annihilation, there's a lot to talk about there, but it's every single time we ask OpTic what they're working on, and they say it's either S&D, which is what Merck said last time, we're working on S&D. Now, currently, since May, 17-2, looking really good. Now it's been Overload they're working on. Look at that masterclass. I mean, dude, they are delivering every single time. They are focusing their efforts, and it's providing every single series.
Well, I kind of said it earlier, is like they're in a weird spot that not, like, really we see any team get to, where they're so good at everything that they're literally going in and hyper-focusing on the tiniest mistakes they could possibly be making in these series to fix. And I think this was a great example of how good OpTic is right now. Of course, I still think Gentlemates definitely, like Ant said, should have played closer, definitely did not live up to expectations. But OpTic is just in a spot right now, dude, where I think they are just playing a different level of COD. They've been doing this to everybody.
They did to Riyadh,
and they're
too.
going to continue to do it. I just think they're on a different plane.
I mean, if you want to see a different plane, we have that coming right up with our Scuff play of the game, and it could have been multiple different plays.
Shotzi.
It's actually not. It's the 100-point club in map 1. I mean, listen, like I said, it could have been multiple. You could have had Dashi, you could have had Shotzi. We can actually talk about that Shotzi play after, but a 100-point club here for OpTic Texas. This hard point, this was a tone setter. I mean, you talk about, you know, they can't get better other than scoreless. To me, honestly, this hard point truly was kind of scoreless in the sense of Gentlemates. I mean, 70-something points, that's not enough to even contend against a team on a map. I mean, Nameless, why was this so perfect? What were they doing?
Yeah, so I mean, you could really show your teamwork off on Hacienda. As opposed to some of the other maps that we have. You could push up extremely far on rotation and really punish teams. Like if you die when there's 10-12 left, you're gonna be hard pressed to find an actual good break going into that next hill, which is something OpTic have a lot of reps on. Obviously played this map last year, super comfortable, and now adding that to their pool. And what's wild is Sake was in this series too. And if it looks anything like their Hacienda does, seemingly they've been putting in work, their map pool is back to being demonic across the board.
I mean, I just want to talk about quickly before we move on. That Shotzi play, like back-to-back plays though, was insane.
Oh yeah.
It's just Shotzi doing Shotzi things.
That
He was on his BS.
honestly just crazy to me. The ace, but also the fact that he took Ghosty hostage. I mean, talk about like a mental drop for the other side. That is just demoralizing.
Play with your food.
After getting a 100-point club?
Playing with your food, for sure.
Like, they are feeling it right now, and that's what's really scary. I feel like, honestly, OpTic hit a flow state. Thieves definitely are, too. And I think I think the slight difference is they were working a little bit harder, I think, to get their kind of series squared away. But OpTic right now just look like they are breezing on through. They look so comfy, and that is scary.
This isn't. I know
Well, this is it, yeah.
This isn't unusual though, right?
Yeah.
This is how it's been for OpTic throughout this season.
All right, I
So
trust you guys.
This grand
Here it
final.
comes.
This will
I've
be
seen
everything.
it. I've seen it. You're like, guys, we've been disappointed before. It's okay. Let's take a look at the bracket right now, see the updates coming forward. But as you can imagine, hey, blink and miss it, because truly both series so far today have been fast-paced. OpTic 3-0, Gentlemates just now, and FaZe earlier on, they fell very, very flat, very, very short to LA Thieves, and Thieves looking dominant also. So this grand final is prepped to be incredible. Listen,
There's a line in the sand, Lottie. These are the two best teams in the game.
They really are. But I think, the storyline has truly been, who is the better team? We honestly had an argument at one point that Thieves were looking dominant, obviously back-to-back minor champions. They just took the last major as well, another major around the corner. OpTic failing to get it done where it matters. But right now, I think between the two, who's cleaner in your opinion?
Oh, cleaner in game. I mean, OpTic looks ridiculous as well. I'd say on par. I think to give the title best team in the game, you got to go with the team that won the last two tournaments that we had. Point blank period.
You have to give an answer, yes.
They won the major. I mean, you look at these guys. They won the last minor. They beat OpTic. They also beat them in the last minor as well. So, yeah, I would go with LA Thieves for sure. But, hey, OpTic can get themselves back in that #1 combo with a win right here.
I mean, it's kind of just comparing the consistency versus, like, hitting your stride. And, on one side, you have hitting your stride in LA Thieves. On the other side, you have the consistency of OpTic Texas and how good their game has been. So it's kind of finally, can OpTic Texas hit that final gear, that last one that's going to get them through that line in finals and stop LA Thieves, or is LA going to keep riding this? And the consistency in OpTic is a great thing, obviously, but you need to have that extra oomph to close these things out. Those guys want to get a win.
You teed us up perfectly, Ali. We're heading to a break, but when we come back, we have all the answers for you on your screens. Our grand finals has been set here at minor 2, and it's going to be OpTic Gaming versus LA Thieves. Who is coming out on top? Who is producing the goods to be the best team in the league right now? We'll find out right after this.
COD Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to FazeVegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Jerry from the Telluride Bush Gaming. Jerry, my man, thanks for taking the time. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
I think a lot of people still kind of see you as Barstool employee, kind of making both things happen. But who is Jerry?
Man, just a regular dude. Was never really meant to be in content. Kind of happened by accident. I was working construction underground in the union, and Dave found out about me a little bit, offered me a job. I denied him a job actually the first time, and then I went back around and was like, yo, can I get that job back? So,
hey, by the way, yeah. What's your relationship look like with gaming? Have you kind of always been like a COD after hours type guy?
Always been a COD guy. I remember me and my buddy Nicky Numbers, rushing home after school on the bus stop. Can't wait to hop on and play, until our moms would take away the controllers for the night because we were playing too much. Stepped away from COD, after like 17, 18 years old. And, now we're back.
Why COD? I mean, it feels like any gaming space could potentially be open for the Barstool market. What about COD is appealing to Barstool?
I think it's just pretty simple. Like, I think anybody can start a team. So that's kind of the route, we took as far as Bush goes and Lil Sass and Lil Texas.
Let's get into our little rapid fire segment. I'm calling it Bush or Barstool, kind of taking the COD versus Barstool atmospheres. What's more chaotic, Barstool or COD Twitter?
Barstool.
Harder to understand, Challengers rules or Barstool office politics?
Oh, Challengers rules by far. We still don't understand what's going on half the time.
More stressful, Game 5, Round 11, or direct text from Dave?
Oh, I've been on Dave's good side recently, so I'm going to go Game 5.
One more little lemon I need to squeeze, though, a little bit, because this is what everyone's wondering. Be honest here. What are the chances that we're going to see Bush bidding for a CDL spot?
If the price is right and the timing is right, I think Dave and Austin would think about that a lot deeper. Call us,
Jerry, thanks so much, my man. Thanks for sitting down with me and taking this quick interview. Appreciate it. Best of luck the rest of the season. We'll see you, I'm sure, at Champs, if not, also at EWC.
We'll be there. Thank you so much, brother.
maybe play over towards tunnel.
I don't mind this. This is a good
Making the play. Phaser all just made the play. Long range shots are good for 6. FaZe is going to lose. FaZe has lost.
Brother, that was catastrophic.
Is unacceptable.
Come on, dude. Why does this
That one is bad.
Wow.
That is as bad as it gets. It does not get worse. You were up 5-2. Neptune 1v3s and then 1v2s.
Slow this down.
No.
Don't sterilate Hydra, please. Holy.
Behind enemy lines.
He's getting loose early every round. Like, do a little dance, make a little love. Who's standing
We're gonna be really good.
I like your trophies. Which one's your favorite?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. This one seems like insane. Look at this one too. Like this is crazy. Like
The golden nut, baby. The diamond nut. Excuse me.
you know what I'm saying? How could I not be like? How could I not feel like I'm not gonna lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you is like, Sib, you're coming into a winning culture. These guys won champs. We obviously.
Stay on Spire. Just play 2-1s.
Take your life, dude.
He's in.
He's just running away.
Just run.
Come on. Come on now. Yo, this guy was so much. He's inner solar. Hold on. I went left. Pitch left. Yeah, this one. I'm waiting. Rico, nice. I'll try. Nice. Go. For the game. Boom.
Holy what exposure.
8-0. It's not going to be 8-0, right? We're not going to lose 8-0, are we? Look at the pitch. Look at the pitch. It's 8-0. I promise you it's 8-0. I promise you it's 8-0. It's a world record overload. Have they played the game mode before? Golato! Goal.
They told us what we were.
Is this the end of the newly formed LA Thieves?
Has been dropped.
Knocked down, never got back up.
A mismatched super team. Then we picked it up.
The LA Thieves are your minor 1 champions.
Neon fit. A easy answer. Hydra stayed Hydra. Scrap kept scrapping. Verdicts in. LA Thieves never left.
One behind us, Mitch. Where's the bedroom?
Welcome back to your Championship Sunday here at Miner 2. And of course, Champs is right around the corner. To celebrate the launch of the Champs Pack, FaZe are offering $20 off all single-day Champs tickets when you scan the QR code and enter Champs MTX. Make sure to check your inboxes. All members of the Champs email list will also be getting an invitation to redeem this limited time offer. Offer ends on June 21st, so make sure to take advantage of your single-day discount while you still can. FaZe are also giving away 30 Champs Packs on socials right now, so be sure to enter for your chance to win. And winning is exactly what is on my mind. Now, it might not be my pick'ems. Mine were a little bit crazy at times this weekend. However, I don't know about this one. This really could be a 50-50. But something I do know is that we've had some incredible gameplay moments, but we've also had some kind of rough around the edge moments too. And that's obviously because we have some amazing teams here. So I'd like to just, kick things off to celebrate with burgers and fries, folks. This is a really fun segment. So here's our first one.
It's Kiz. It's gotta be a fry, dude. Nope, it's not Kiz. I lied.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Kiz. It is Kiz.
This was him getting back for the stretch.
Wait, is this the assassination? Oh my God. Oh. Definitely a prize for sure. Definitely.
Wait, that's
and he's happy too.
No way you can't.
Here we go. Next one. All right.
That's gonna be a fry. He's been playing so good recently. There's no way this ain't a fry.
The two-piece
oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've seen him.
I'm just gonna walk right in the same lane. Yeah.
We get an exit montage
that was
at the end
actually
of the
gross.
Ooh,
No, that was actually gross. For the win.
That might be the reincarnation of Bruce. I know we still have Bruce, but like...
No, you're actually facts. Actually facts. All right, next one is Hydra.
Oh, he falls straight off the map.
And then Sib as well. Oh no,
it's
both of them actually. Hydra and Sib, definitely a burger.
Oh, here we go.
We can't be doing that,
in a
boys.
pod.
Come on.
Hey man.
Oh,
it's the top teams and their players too. Like
the ex-teammates sometimes, you're trying to make a play and you just mess up that left stick. It is what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Hold forward, brother.
Pro players, by the way.
Stay on overload here. Let's see. It's gotta be a fry.
Yeah. That was actually a godlike play.
It was.
Running up with the knife because you're not getting enough bullets in time.
Yeah. That's actually really smart.
Sometimes Dan makes the heads-up play.
The big brain plays.
The closeout here to break the record of kills in overload, an absolute fry. He took over here in OT.
He did. He had 40 plus as well. Honestly, incredible gameplay from him. Exceed is up next as well. The defuse that everybody was talking about.
Karma is immediate for this one though, low key, because this was so genuinely intentional. Love Exceed. He's been really fun to talk to, but this is hilarious.
He didn't know that it was actually Diego because nobody said anything in the chat.
That's
been a lot of drama.
That's what Gentlemates did with the scrim.
It caused a stir. It caused a stir. Next one is Encourage, and honestly, this rap was a little bit.
What is bro doing?
Yeah. The rap was not good.
Listen, he was sitting there holding this flank, and Encourage was holding this flank for so long, and Clears just runs through and makes the play.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man.
The guy ordered
he even knew.
He knew.
Dude, what the hell am I doing?
All right, Shotzi is up next, and we already know there is no burgers on our screen so far with Shotzi. It's definitely fries, without question, with extra salt on top of it to really hurt the opposition in their wound. I mean,
got a couple of dips on the side. Yeah, this is a whole meal.
Everything, a large fries for sure.
Playmaker first.
Actually, we didn't get to talk about this one when it happened. This was crazy.
Somebody tweeted me a rank play clip already using the spot, by the way.
Yeah, that was actually nasty.
I love when the pros whip out cool spots like that because everybody just goes to ranked and just.
I love when we interviewed Envoy afterwards, and he was like, well, now I know to check it. What are you supposed to do in this situation?
Learn something new here today, for sure. Let's take a look at our bracket, though, to get us back in the game, of course, with our grand finals right around the corner. And OpTic and Thieves, they have definitely, without question, been the strongest competition, pushing through the entire weekend and this tournament. And really, right now, it is a battle of the best. And a lot of the times in grand finals, you might actually find an underdog. This time, it's truly not. It's two top dogs.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of want to set it up in a certain way, because really, when you look at OpTic's path, too, sometimes, we look at brackets like this, and you can be like, yeah, but they've only played a couple of mid-team stuff. OpTic, low-key, had the hardest route to get here. They had to go against Riyadh Falcons that have been looking incredible. They go against Gentlemates that just took out Koi, which that on itself was kind of an upset that we didn't even get a game 5 on Saturday. And now they have to face the gauntlet of LA Thieves. So, like, OpTic's not even having to go against, like, the mid-tiers or anything.
I'll just frame it like this.
Go on.
I'll frame it like this. I think, you know, for all the OpTic fans who talk about, you know, coming out of losers, having the momentum, well, OpTic have all the momentum. Just had a huge victory. They're warmed up, and they are ready to go. So we'll see if they're able to close it out.
They had to try that hard for that victory. I mean, I'm kind of burning myself here.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if they really were sitting on the edge of their seats for that one. They might have to straighten up just a little bit for the grand final.
They might have to. I'll tell you what, one team that has been a massive talking point, of course, back-to-back in the minor and, of course, the last major, LA Thieves. They are looking to solidify themselves yet again in another minor, and the minor is exactly what kicked off their success the first time around. Can they do it again? And I think, honestly, it's a battle of lineups here for me. I think their teamwork has been really, really good. Who's got that star potential? Who's able to kind of carry certain situations to victory and allow games to get blown wide open?
It's funny that we talk about like these, that we're gonna have to talk about them kind of like the underdogs coming into this series when they are coming off of back-to-back wins. And I mean, when I just think about this specific matchup, I just need 2 things from LA Thieves I think is going to decide if they're able to close this out or not. Is one, their slaying is doing really good right now, but the thing is they have to match what OpTic is putting up right now. What they're putting up is 1.2s by just about everybody this weekend. LA is close. I mean, you're getting a lot of participation out of Niam. He's having an incredible weekend. So if their slaying stays on par, and then a lot of their maps that are in their map pool match up really well versus OpTic. So it's really just handling the bang out, because I really do feel like this is just going to be 2 of them trying to on their best.
Well, the scariest thing about these guys, and thank you, production, for back up here with the graphic, is their S&D and their overload. And that was the difference in the grand final, winning 2 of the 3 search and destroys, winning both of the overloads. And when you think about this Thieves team, it didn't matter that they went to game 5 with FaZe last week and losing both hard points because their search is so good. Didn't matter that they lost both the hard points versus OpTic Texas in the grand final because their search is so good. So for them, you know, just the fact that they do have a deep map pool, as Ali mentioned, and they're locking up the 2-3-5s, they're going to be difficult for OpTic to beat. And on the season, they're 3-1 against OpTic for that very reason.
Can they continue that happening? I don't know. We'll have to find out going up against OpTic, because that's the place to put it to the test. We have right now a head-to-head here, BZ versus Shotzi. 2 very, very scary guys when you're going head-to-head with them on a map. And honestly, I mean, I love it. Speedsters, you're right. Their POVs are crazy, crazy fast. Who right now for you is
I don't know why it keeps on lagging like that.
performing better, Ali, would you say?
Ooh, in this current, that's a really tough one. I think I want to go with Abe, but the only reason I go with Abe is because of where he started and where he's at right now and what he's doing. I mean, he went 10-2 in that S&D with Hydra. They combined for like a 20-8.
Speedsters, you're right. Their POVs are crazy, crazy fast. Who right now for you is performing better, Ali, would you say?
Ooh, in this current, that's a really tough one. I think I want to go with Abe, but the only reason I go with Abe is because of where he started and where he's at right now and what he's doing. I mean, he went 10-2 in that S&D with Hydra. They combined for like a 20-8 in that map. So I think their search and destroy is just a little bit edged out as far as getting those first bloods. But the thing is OpTic's been really icy this weekend.
Yeah.
So even though that they aren't getting first bloods, actually, their conversion hasn't been great. They've been icing up in these man-down situations, and that's where LA Thieves is going to have to keep their head on the swivel.
Well, let's talk about OpTic Texas. This green wall, they've been building up strong, honestly solidifying it time and time again. Now, a little bit more of a generic question for you here, but I am genuinely curious about this. When you look at a path in a bracket, and how OpTic perform all the time online, very consistently dominant, honestly really not allowing a lot of their competitors to breathe here. Is there an element for them when they're going up against a team like LA Thieves, the uncomfortableness that might occur? They look so comfortable against absolutely everybody else.
I could see why you would ask that, and it's a very good question. But I don't think that matters for this team because they've been together for so long, and they've been phenomenal on LAN as well, right? Like even in these grand finals, they've went the distance, right? It's not like they've been getting blown out. So yeah, I don't think that plays too much of a factor here. But you know, the fact is, right here, you're looking at them. These guys are unbelievable. Like first across the board, Team KD, SD hardpoint, map win percentage, and record. Like this is the last 60 days for OpTic. It's just the grand final where they have had issues, and in this particular matchup, and it really just comes down to search and destroy. Are you prepared enough? BZ talked about it. Their strats, he feels like there is a clear line in the sand from them and the rest of the league. But you got to think OpTic's been watching a crap ton of their VOD over the last 2 weeks.
And given the position that we're in, talking about OpTic Texas, I do want to give you guys just some numbers to really understand kind of the difference. Even though the Team KD was at a 1.07, this weekend, 3 out of the 4 players of OpTic Texas, let me read them out to you, a 1.37 overall, a 1.24 overall, and a 1.23 overall. Those are numbers that we usually saw just from Mercules when they were winning back-to-back, when they were going on these sprees. So for OpTic Texas, they are playing not only at their current dominant level, but maybe a little bit above.
I also think, like, I'm excited to see what the map set ends up being for this, because when you look at the grand final, they didn't play any new maps, like, at all. So looking at this one, you're going to see a bunch of different new maps. The Gridlock hardpoint here, Hacienda S&D, Gridlock S&D. Yeah, like, you look at that grand final, and it was all maps from month 1 of the game. So, yeah, this one, it's truly a pick'em. You can go either way. I'm just looking at this, like, OpTic got to have one go through the hoop. They just got to.
Yeah. They do. Honestly, I'm really excited about that Den overload, to be honest, because I think OpTic really have put a lot of work in on their overload, and they are looking good. Exactly. So they knew that was a massive weakness for them, especially going up against LA Thieves. They put work in. I want to see that translate. Let's see a really good overload for them against these, because that's the true test.
And even just looking at those opening 3 maps, I mean, we're in for a treat. I mean, OpTic, that map 1 technically does favor them a little bit more because they have way more reps on it, sitting at 13 and 5, absolutely dominant. But the next 2, we go into that Den. I mean, that's both these teams' favorite S&D and Control. So this is really going to be just a battle of the Titans.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, a battle of the Titans it's been between us 3 with our pick'em. So Scuff pick'em time. Nameless, who you taking for this grand final, best of 7?
One's got to go through the hoop. I got OpTic Texas taking this one. I think they get this one done in a game 7. Dashy ices up. He's too good right now. Dashy's been the best player for me in this whole tournament.
That's really valid. I'm down 3. I'm trying to play catch up a little bit here. And also, I would hate if this is where OpTic breaks the streak on an online minor. I'd rather them do it at a LAN, so I'm going to go with LA Thieves in this one to go for a 3-peat.
So I think I might actually take the other storyline to that one, Ali, and say that I kind of want to see them do what LA Thieves did and win a minor and go on to potentially win a major. I'm taking OpTic Texas for me as well, because who knows? It really is a coin flip up here. We have no idea, but you're going to find out very shortly. Here are your casters for your grand final of Minor 2. It's Study and Shift, boys. This is going to be a banger, because the first 2 were so quick. I need this one to go down to the wire.
I think we got you on this one, LVP, legitimately. I mean, it's a rematch. The story essentially writes itself. The fan bases know the narratives through and through, start to finish, chapter by chapter. And I think it doesn't make a difference if it's online or LAN. OpTic, like Ant said, want to see one get through the hoop, but these have a chance to really set themselves up as a team who could actually be a dominant force, putting together multiple wins in a row.
Oh, yeah, like both of these teams, without a doubt, are the top 2 teams that we have in the game. And they both continue to show it every single time you watch them spawn in against whoever the hell they are playing against. So far today, they have made both of their opponents very uncomfortable. And I feel like with just the amount of teamwork that is going to be on display between both of these 2 organizations, it's going to be tippity top, pal. That's my biggest thing that I'm going to be focused on. You have already seen these guys on the main stage. You have already went the distance in a game 7, but whoever is going to have better teamwork from start to finish of this series will walk away victorious.
I love that call, my friend. I mean, the map set gives us a really fun battleground for what could be a best of 7. Taking a look at OpTic, their hard point has been undeniable. They have been beating the crap out of teams through and through over the course of this particular major qualifier. The thing that has come up short, though, when you look back against LA Thieves, is their ability to win the overload. For LA, this is a chance to become, well, the storyline that
good start for Siege.
In the last 60 days, they've only had one.
Yeah, we're coming in.
Of their own narrative, only one team will become the standard. It's OpTic Texas, LA Thieves, Minor 2 Grand Finals. Let's get it on.
And I'm telling you right now, if you are OpTic, this is a map that you definitely are circled and happy to see. You desperately need to take it too, because these on the opposite side don't really play a lot of Scar hardpoint in the last 60 days. They've only had 1 rep on it, and they basically got a 100-point cut by FaZe. So a comfortable spot for OpTic, an uncomfortable position for LA, but at least to start off this P1, LA get at least 12 seconds, keep their side of the map in control of blue, and are trying to fight early on for the rotation to do.
Yeah, that's a nice win from Scrap on the outside of the map. OpTic have to kind of deal with that position while also kind of keeping their focus on the hard point itself. Hydra try to develop a route, but it's 3 kills for OpTic. Now an opportunity for them to kind of stretch beyond the P2 bounds. But as LA find a couple of kills, they can respond with a little wrap of their own. Big gunfights coming through over the top of Motel. Shotzzy, one of the last ones standing. Hydra finds the kill. It'll be Thieves and the P2 time first.
And look at Neum already on your mini-map, just causing some issues for OpTic to cross over towards Motel for free, because he's still valuing his life so well that he's just keeping them to be slow and steady wins the race over on that red steps. This is going to allow Thieves to shut down that first wave. Still 40 seconds to go with. OpTic's long rest getting shut down. This is ideal. Perfect start for LA.
Yeah, I mean, for a team who has not played this map much outside of their opening qualifier in Major 3 versus FaZe, they are looking really clean right now. OpTic struggling to find any time, even to contest over the top of P2. A easy for 1 shut down. Finally, OpTic get a little bit of time here, but Thieves not willing to give it up, at least not for free. Scrap trying to find a little bit of punish on the outside of the hard point. Neum right there with them. They're going to combine for a little bit of damage, but Mercules will have the final word, and now OpTic are looking at rotation to 3.
Yeah, but just all that attention that Thieves continue to draw on that side of the map by contesting old gives you the numbers off the rudder to hit those cuts like the way Hydra just did through mid-alley. So Thieves win the rotation over towards P3. Don't have to worry about any Hellstorms, and if you are OpTic with control of the side of the map that you want, we need to hit some frags, some stuns to find that opening.
Wow. Yeah, this has been really, really solid from LA. Scrap trying to be the first one forward over towards Whitewall, gets the opener, knows he's got Dashy somewhere nearby. He's got support behind him as well to make this a little bit more freeing to him. Yeah, make a play, try to find the timing. Not going to work out. OpTic find at least 1 trade, but on the hard point, LA have not dropped a single second of time, and that's not changing. Hydra on 3. Abizi, a little bit of damage over through the side on mid-cut, but he wins his 1v1, and now the focus purely goes back to the front of the hard point. Hydra in some trouble. Dash able to find the kill. Hook follows up. So a moment of salvage here for OpTic, but Scrap shuts that down, and LA are back in for the scrap.
Yeah, now it's a 60, almost 70-point difference in this game. And if you are OpTic, you need to value your life in this crucial moment of Scar. Because if you die and spawn all the way across the map, that's going to give Thieves the bigger upside of potentially closing it out sooner rather than later. Hydra with the M15 on 4 in a row. 2 players from OpTic across the map. Thieves have the pressure.
And the fact that Hydra stays alive right here.
Oh, man.
Gunfight versus Dashy is a miracle. Pistol. Oh! Huge 2-piece from Hydra. 6 in a row. Working for a Hellstorm. He's on the cutoff from the front. And OpTic can do absolutely nothing in the face of Hydra.
And he's on 7 in a row. 1 more kill, maybe 2. Earns himself that Hellstorm. But he's just valuing his life so well. Kill number 8 in the back pocket. Last guy's pushing over to the backside of White Wall. Might as well try to get an assist here, secure that Hellstorm, so we can try to use it for the P5. Because for a map that Thieves don't usually play on, this is why their teamwork is unbelievable. And a 100-point lead going into our 5th hard point.
Unreal spree. Neum is also on 5 in a row, has earned a 2nd Hellstorm. Not the ideal start at all for OpTic. A miserable one. And maybe a chance for OpTic to try to do some damage to this lead here at P5. They're going to have the numbers here first. Hydra has been seen. Follow up over to the backside stairs is good, and now there's finally some breathing room. But again, that breathing room can get cut off so quickly by these Hellstorms, depending on when LA want to use them.
Yeah, this is 100% one of those situations you are going to use it, because you don't want to allow OpTic to gain any momentum whatsoever off of so far a good 20-second hold on the P5. So you're going to invest the Hellstorm, keep them indoors, allow yourself to take some space over towards plain side, and just keep this one scrappy.
Oh my. Well, Scrap tried to take away the space by jumping up and mantling through top green window. Follow up from OpTic, still spawning closest, not fully coordinated nor concentrated. So last 2 members for OpTic are just trying to keep their lives, trying to hope that the rest of OpTic will spawn here, but that's not the case. Hercules, Hook, both spawning over towards the middle of the map. Is there a possible natural pinch to be set up here? Maybe. As Abizi will drop, and OpTic will find their way back in for a little bit of time.
Yeah, but it's only 10 seconds, man. They need to get out of these green spawns. They need to find trades. And being down by 100, they also desperately need that communication to be on point for the comeback. So let's go to a listening with OpTic.
That was something. Your knee was right. Knee was right.
Playing his life paint, probably.
Watch it. I'm on top. He was up.
Low P2. Low P2. He's low P2.
Make a Johnny. He's going underbroken right now. Already.
Nice, good.
Underbroken.
Top one. Dead. That's 2. Bada bing, Watch out! Watch out!
Still playing one ball though. Still playing one ball.
Yeah, there.
Another one can be on me, blue. Watch out, going plane.
Blue. Bottom blue on me.
You went back to one wall.
I'm being annoying.
Yeah,
I have your beacon.
White wall, top broken.
There's a guy on me, blue. Top broken,
We're good.
Another one, white wall. On time. We kill white wall right now.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's kill time. I'm aping this. Nice.
Baby shot.
Baby shot. Nice. No one has right in chest.
Right, I do.
Nice.
I got him.
Let's fucking go.
Nice, yep.
Make sure we play there.
I'm going now.
He's low gens, up easy. He was.
Yo, back to 18. Another guy's just 200. Yo,
low.
I have your low, Heady. I can get time.
I'm low with you.
Hey, up top.
I have your OE. Hit him.
Look over me.
I have your OE.
Yeah, just look over me.
Could go top. Arbor's point.
Flank rush to P1. Other top. Yo, one is flanking P1. You just do on top.
Sat already. Sat weak. Really weak. Paco.
Watch out top, Randy.
Alright, take fights.
Yo, you still top blue.
I'll tell our steps. I'm trying our steps.
Chop, Paco. Let's set P1 right now, Paco.
One's gonna be top main, probably. Trying their top.
Okay, the top one up.
Still low right at me.
Top one. Top one. Get the top one.
They're low, Ernie. There's two there. They're just flooding low. A lot flooding low.
On gen, and then just ironing. Behind the
Low, scrap.
What's the guy? Oh, Paco. Two low, one low, top. I get two. One top.
There's two old, another one old.
Alright, we get 60 new.
Yep.
Well, Jay, this continues just to be the LA Hydra show right now. He's 26 and 13. Scrap is, I don't want to say picking it up, but he's 23 and 18 and was on 6 in a row. And just to give you the info, OpTic fans are looking at this map saying we'd love to have it. They've only not gotten to 200 points twice in the 18 times they've played it, and right now they're struggling to get over 100 points.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Hydra shot. I don't think it's a scrap shot. I think this is the super team that you have been waiting to see for quite some time if you are LA. This ain't even close. The way they are executing the team pushes, the way they're executing their first attempts on their holds, because like OpTic, they're trying to do the fundamental part correctly of just like working through mid-cut 4P3 breaks. But every single time that one player does it, he loses the gunfight not once, but twice. So by the time he wins that gunfight, there's only 15 seconds remaining at these old hills. These are just dominating in this map number 1, and now only need 19 seconds to close out map 1.
Yeah, and OpTic can't get through P5.
Jesus Christ.
This choke point, they can't get through middle. There's nowhere for them to stand ground at. What an absolute statement from LA in map number 1. All it takes is Scrap likely to jump into the time, find the final 3 seconds, and we have a 250 to 104 tally on Scar Hardpoint. I don't think anyone had that on their bingo card.
Yeah, definitely LAT did it because they haven't played it in such a long time. It's just not one of their go-tos, but they were willing to allow Colossus to be that map number 1 just like it was in Atlanta. You give OpTic something that they are going to be happy as hell to see, but now very devastated after that loss. I don't think I've seen OpTic get 100-point clubbed many times in my lifetime, but LAT beat them to every single punch, won every important gunfight, and when you have such a leader's advantage the way that you do, OpTic, when we jumped into the listen and start to try to, get some energy to rally this comeback, but you're up by 7 if you're LA, so you can work on these long runs. You can take your sweet time to set up those perfect break opportunities. And that's just a scoreboard that you want to quickly forget if you're anyone supporting the green wall.
Absolutely. Their worst loss before this, Jay, was a 133 to 250 on Den Hardpoint in Major 1 qualifiers.
So that's their worst on the season, brother.
Wow. By far. And you were kind of talking about it in the listening when we were just kind of sitting behind listening through it. It's just like LA haven't lost a rotation anywhere. And even when they're feeling pressure, you're able to get one player around the back to at least block spawns, if not find a couple of kills to make sure the setup is not comfortable. I mean, at no point did OpTic really have the map in their control, it felt like. Unbelievable stuff from LA. Maybe the only time you could talk about, like, OpTic being in a good position was the second time through P2, but because you're up 150 points, you've got Hydra going on a giga overextension around the back. You can never predict that. It's just so much of an advantage for Thieves, and they never really drop control of the map.
Yeah, it was good for about 20 seconds. And then after that, it was a clean break, 40 seconds going the opposite way. If you are OpTic, you quickly got to shake that one off because you had no answers for it, man. The break-off was flawless from LA. They get it clean for it, Dad. They don't flip the map once. And then earning early hellstorms on a map like Scar, goes such a long way because there's so many impactful positions that you need to find yourself in, and with them just pushing you back with the Hellstorms doesn't give you that chance. So OpTic, gotta forget about that one. Going to this next map locked in because Thieves are on a different level right now in their hardpoint game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, just talking about the strength of these opening maps, you've got really the ideal 3 starters for OpTic. Scar, Hardpoint, one of your bread and butters. Den Search, by far your bread and butter. And then the Den Overload, also very good for you. Now, that being told, it's kind of the same story for LA. I mean, they're 11-3 on this Search and Destroy in particular with, what, 5 of their last 6 were dominant wins. The only drop was around 11 on this map. So they're feeling just as good. And that's why I kind of,
But just ever since the meta changed, they don't lose search and destroys, man. You have your SMGs who understand what play styles they need to bring versus the likes of Shotzi and Hook on the opposite side. And they just have that pace changeup that throws teams off guard. It's very hard to keep track of what LA are going to throw at you because you heard Abizi talk about it. Their bag is just way too deep.
Yeah, it's absolutely the case. And you take a look at, again, just this head-to-head matchup between Abizi and Shotzi. Yeah, it's been one of those that Abizi has been unlocked by the NPC. And I think just, going back to the beginning of this year, Dravik may not have felt as comfortable for him, but still showcased his ability to flex and run a third M15 and do very well with it, at least for the first part of the season. But this team with an NPC meta, yeah, it's just different. It's just completely different. And Abizi looks like, I won't say like his old self, but it looks like his usual self, put it that way, as we take a look at how the last 5 search and destroys have gone for LA. Again, just outside of the round 11 on Sake yesterday, they have been dominating everybody everywhere, which is great for Thieves fans.
Yeah, they work so well together as a collective unit, and then even in situations when they found themselves outnumbered, they have tremendous clutch in their genes, and they've been showing it ever since Major 3. So a map that OpTic desperately need to have a bounce back here. Can they be prepared for all the different play calls on the side of LA?
Absolutely. Again, you kind of saw it there in the graphic. These 2 teams played this map at the major. 6-2 was the tally for LA. Hydra, a little poke out over through mid. He will get some good information. Doesn't want to be caught by all of these defensive nades for OpTic, so you back out and oh no. That was a combination of the offensive nades for Thieves combining onto Hook, trying to toss one of his own. So team kill technically comes through. Niam is going to be the actual first blood, and there's just no rotation here. There's nowhere to go. Absolutely congested. Mercules is still stuck around spawn, and Thieves run away with the first round.
And it's just like what they were doing versus FaZe in their previous series, man. Just starting off the game by being the extreme amount aggressors. You put yourself in a position instantly in the first 15 seconds to already be in towards that A site. By the time OpTic get a read that you're pushing that side of the map, you throw a shoulder and can't do anything else. You're banking on the stunts and the nades knowing there's no trophy systems in play, but these playing it patient, prepared for the aggression, stop them with a team kill technically, and then setting up your island player and Niam to shut down anyone working along the outskirts. Clean round for Thieves to open up.
Yeah, to notice that OpTic are there and did not even bother with the utility trade is just such a smart play from Thieves. So now it's up to OpTic to try to respond. Dashy still holding the recon for now. Will not see anything over the top A. The defense is not here. Stuns will reveal that. And now it's just going to be a little bit of a forward play, put some pressure on, but Thieves, again, not interested in playing for an A defense. They want to take away the map.
Yeah, and OpTic still don't have any info to work with. So just going to commit on the bomb plant. Niam holding strong, lock down his spawn push through. Stun is able to connect and looking for the frag, but it's Dashy with the first blood.
Yeah, that's big. Dashy watching through mid-cut. Mercules, ooh, NPC in hand. Has to finesse. Don't throw your shadow too far out inside of the inner portion of rooftops. Going to call for help. Dashy's here with the pistol, which is going to feel like an AR in his hands. Meanwhile, Niam on the pitch, shut down. Now it's down to Mercules taking away the space, finds the first. Hydra responds, but nothing more. And OpTic put together a very good attacking round.
Yeah, these just didn't quickly read what they were doing on the round, and then just a little bit too slow on their approach towards it. By the time they got over to the bomb site, it's about 30 seconds left, and the guy who actually finds the first blood is in a position he shouldn't be with that sniper. Dashing through bottom servers is able to get that first kill to go their way, and then Shotzi, knowing that Niam on the backside of Dragon had a sniper, he was just throwing so many shoulders at him, keeping him at bay, and allowing his teammates to still have the 3v2 on the backside. So OpTic showing their teamwork, tie the game.
Really good. Okay, so defensive idea for Thieves of giving away the A site. doesn't really work out. We'll see if that forces a bit of an adaptation next time they're on the defense. Scrap is getting up and walking away, so
I hear the music.
Seems like we may have a tech pause here if I were to gamble and wager on that. So, yeah, man, let's just revisit the conversation surrounding, you know, the head-to-head between these two teams. On the season, it's been, you know, largely, you know, by win-loss record, controlled by Thieves, but the map count's been really tight. But you called it correctly. The Search and Destroy has been really good for Thieves against OpTic on the season, and in particular, over the last couple of times that they've played.
Yeah, it's just, I'm telling you, ever since the NPC meta update, just allowing your superstars to be fully unlocked. Can you imagine, like, going into a boxing ring and Mike Tyson is all of a sudden a UFC fighter? Like, no, you're basically handicapping him. You were forcing him to be uncomfortable. But, I don't know, they must have made the calls to the devs and said, how do we get my team to be better? And just add a gun that can basically do it all and allow your SMGs to be the aggressors that they used to be. So, Thieves, you know, feeling so good to end out this year on the high note.
Yeah, man. Well, here's a look back over the course of those matchups that we were talking about in this head-to-head. Started in the Major 1 quals, saw it again in Major 2 when, of course, that long round robin. And then it took a while for us to see it again. It wasn't until we eventually got to the minors, and then eventually, of course, the most recent affair, a map 7, that OpTic only won one of the Neslo maps. Again, the searches and the overloads. They only took one search and destroy, and that was around 10 on Scar, which is no longer in the pool. So, like you talk about, OpTic and Respawn has been really solid, but obviously it doesn't start off that way in this series, and that changes the dynamic of how we talk about a best of 7 between these two teams, now forcing OpTic to have to win one of the, maybe two of the three between 2, 3, and 5.
Yeah, I just think, like for two teams, especially some of the top teams that we have in the game, you without a doubt can split hard points on any given day, but the main focus for OpTic is search and destroy. How do we get better versus this team? They understand what we like to do. They are prepared with so many different counterattacks to not allow our playmakers to playmake. And this is the conversations that are sometimes very difficult to have, because for a team that's basically flawless all the way up until you get your final series of every single tournament, it's not really a lot of homework you can do. It just comes down to the moment. Who's going to make the best play at the best time? And for OpTic, even though you find yourself down 0-1, you still are OpTic Texas for a reason. You can fight back.
Were you a little surprised in the post-game interview when you kind of were hearing from OpTic in particular that they were mostly focused on what was going on in their overload? I mean, realistically, you look at how the overloads and the searches went in that grand finals versus LA. Both of them were relatively bad. I mean, yeah, a 2-6 loss, a 3-6 loss on search. You had a 3-8 loss on Den, which is going to be in this particular matchup. Like, were you surprised to hear that they were working more on their overload than on their search?
Yes, without a doubt. Because I've been thinking, like, their search and destroy could be top tip with anyone that goes up again in the league. But when you talk about their overload game, I feel like that's been the game mode that has truly held them back from unlocking their full form. Because you get to the last grand finals versus LA. The first map was like a 3-8 smoke show on the Den. Then you get to the Scar, a couple mishaps happen. And it just seems like OpTic, compared to the other two game modes, but the difference in overload is like their teamwork isn't really all there. So I'm pretty sure I heard Mercules early into this qualifier saying this is our main focus because we want to actually play it as a collective unit. They have been obviously dominating in the mode ever since they've done that, but it depends on who they're going up against. Now you're playing against Thieves, who are probably the best overload team in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels that way. Like you talk about, you go back to like Major 3 quals just to kind of start off this frame. They are 14-7 in overload, and that compares to the total season tally of 27-18. So just like to paint the picture, that means that they were essentially splitting the difference on overload prior to this NPC meta. But again, Scrap is sitting down, so he's probably pretty close to loading back up. Let's take a look back over this best of 7 series, though. Again, the Den search, really beneficial for both these two teams. The Den overload is another rematch from that grand finals. The Gridlock hardpoint is one that I think kind of opens up our eyes just a touch, because OpTic have looked really good on it, but we haven't seen them play it so far in this particular major qualifier. Whereas for Thieves, they've given it a handful of goes, just have not quite been able to finish off a couple of tight maps on it. 3 and 2 overall on the map mode combo.
Yeah, I think every single map realistically has an opportunity to be the square, but if you are OpTic Texas, you need to answer into this series early on, because if you get to that Scar overload in a position where you're not in the lead, it could potentially end in 6, and then if you get to the gridlock search and destroy in a game 7, that's actually a map that when we first saw LA play it, when it got added into the map pool, they beat the hell out of OpTic with ease. So this is where OpTic need to stand up. You need to show why, without a doubt, you're one of the top teams in the game, but you need to answer into the series early and avoid the late match, because you need to at least force yourself to get there.
I mean, realistically for LA, I mean, it's not just the gridlock. It's pretty much every search and destroy. They've been beating the hell out of everybody. 3-0 on gridlock in particular. BZ's been, again, back on to what he usually does. 1.89 KD so far throughout this minor tournament, and he's getting a kill around at least. Also, did I see that right? 100% win rate and opening duel percentage? I mean, what are we talking about? But yeah, your point about gridlock, if we get all the way there, I mean, 6-2, 6-1, 6-3 are the 3 wins that LA have on it. So they are destroying teams on it. Back into the action, though. Smoke possessing over towards front dojo. Shotzi looking to get aggressive, and Neum shuts that down. First blood turned aside, and Hook is waiting for a little bit of trigger and eventually connects.
Okay, I was wondering if Hook was just blind for a second, but Hydra, on the other hand, works the deep route, makes it a 2v2. Wow. So now Neum through mid-cut is still going to be in the play, and it's a Nuke left out by himself.
Yeah, and I think for Thieves, they know that Hook had pushed through. Now they know for sure. Hook gets some damage into one. Neum trying to push forward. Goodness, the confidence in Neum. Oh, my. First couple of the shots tagging, he is just holding down that left trigger, ready to go.
If you just saw what LA did on that round, everyone has their own job. Like, if you are Neum, watch the late pitch. If you are Hydra, work over towards rooftops and make sure Satsy's not working that angle. And then Scrap into BC just drawing the intention over towards B side with that smoke. Shotzi's thinking on the opposite side, all right, it's going to be an all-out blitz through the dojo side. So let me just try to run right up the middle and get behind enemy lines. But once he gets picked, Hydra is super aggressive on the backside. Even though Thieves do lose 2 players, they were in firm control of that round from the beginning.
2-1 the count. OpTic back to the attack. Dashy trying to look for some information through the windows at 10. Don't believe he saw much of anything, though. So OpTic will still pose themselves in for a B approach. Shotzi a little shoulder, Scrap going to show some effort. Hydra, damage out. Shotzi in trouble, but he's got Dashy watching over him, and everyone will stay alive. Watch your flank, though. Neum has got great timing all the way around the back.
Yeah, and all his teammates need to do is just not get picked. Neum is going to be the deciding factor, because not a single player from OpTic watching the pitch, and Hydra also finds the first blood. So that's 2, make it 3 fall, 1v4 left off the Mercules, and that's already going to be the round. It seems that OpTic right now on the minimap, Al, you don't say this often, but they are playing very nervous.
I think there's also a level of they believe they've got the stuff covered that they think that they do. Like, that's just a route from Neum that you've got a player in OpTic watching mid-map. They just don't ever have an opportunity to see the long route past the spawn. I mean, right here, yeah. It's just the timing of it is so unideal for OpTic. And yeah, Neum just absolutely destroys the setup completely. And like you call Jake, absolutely brilliant from Thieves to just keep delaying through dojo until that flank comes through.
It's because, like, OpTic couldn't do anything but trap themselves on the site. Can't plant because there's a guy mid-statue. Can't plant it towards dojo. And even if we watch flank, we're going to keep ourselves trapped in the spawn. So OpTic need to start making those mid-round adjustments. For early into this round, Hydra gets the first. Effective on a trade is Scrap. Numbers in favor of LA.
Tough retake, to be sure. Berkeley's and Hook are going to work it through dojo.
And Neum's flanking
is already on the routing again. So BZ throwing shoulders. All right, Neum, you can come over. I saw both. And OpTic are so worried about tossing nades, they don't even get a chance to see Neum hitting you through a wall from behind. Thieves all over this.
It's like, I don't even know what you're going to try to call if you are OpTic. Because every time you make a play call, Thieves are right there waiting on the opposite side. Walking away with a majority of the trades, keeping the numbers on their squad's numbers, and then just the first bloods being dominated right now from LA, 4-1. OpTic need to slow down.
I mean, they also, it's like you need to slow down, but they also need to speed up because they're getting caught by these flanks. It's just, oof. 4-1 the tally. Neum on 6, Hellstorm is earned. The Bees has gotten first blood with a nade. Just set up for that P2 couch's position. Oh, man. Niam will be traded out, though, so we'll stay 3v3. Information confirmed, and realistically, it's just down to, do OpTic want to use Shotzi as a flank route towards A, or do you want to just gain the space and plant behind it?
Yeah, Shotzi's gathering all this information. Dojo's going to be crystal clear, so let's get this bomb down at B. All of LA on the opposite side of the map. Somewhat now getting an indication. All right, there's no action over here, so start to work this rotation, trying to retake through mid.
Scrapped up on the first on of Hercules. Post plant now becoming a bit more feeble for OpTic. Still worried about the flank because why wouldn't you be? Dashy just looking for contact from the front side of Dojo. We'll see Scrap. A couple of the bullets are in. Still able to stay alive. Shotzi meanwhile putting pressure over towards the middle of the map. Dashy needs to keep his life right here. Scrap moving forward. Hydra able to find it. Now they turn over the wind. Then Shotzi has to play this through mid cut. Hopping on for the defuse will be Scrap. Hydra the one trying to guard. And this smoke is just not going to do it. Shots is going to find the angle. Not going to happen. Hydra takes it away, and it's 5-1 LA.
Just like the way that they're setting this up doesn't get any easier, Al. When it turns into a 3v3, you get the bomb down. If you are OpTic, all you want to do is value your life and not get isolated. But once Mercury falls, that puts Shotzi in a position where he has to try to make a play. So in a 1v2, as we take a look at it again, this is the only play that he had to potentially making it happen for his team. But we just keep on getting caught, and that's due to LA not giving you any information in every single one of these rounds for you to do anything off of. So now at game point is LA. Don't give him another first blood 10 seconds in.
Just such a mountain to climb already, especially considering that, yep, Hellstorm can be used to gain all the space you could possibly want. Hydra will make sure no one's pushing over towards mid-server. Now we'll back up to get the plant over at B. Scrap, what do you decide to do? Wait, Hooks get hit by that. Are you kidding me? He's all the way inside by Dragon. He's got to be losing his mind right now. So 4v3, post-plant established for Thieves. Here we go.
Yeah, this is a lockup. Niam watching the cross through mid hop up, gives the comp to his teammates. There's at least 2 places on the map, so let me just value my life a little longer.
Well, he's going to be pushed out. Oh! Oh my God, no way! Shotzi had the beat on him. Literally had the jump on him. Mercury's the only one to find a kill, though. And Thieves are running through OpTic with no cause for concern.
Said it before the series started, Al. The team with better teamwork from start to finish of this series will win it. But I was not expecting Ella to play at this kind of level. They are making OpTic Texas, a team who goes basically 3-0 in every single match until they get to Championship Sunday, looking like some bums, man. This is insane to see. Niam 10-2, 7 in a row, earns himself the Hellstorm, but just like the way that they are working as a squad, OpTic can't do anything. Like they're playmakers, they're SMGs who decide to be the opening guys. The guys who create those lanes for the team are getting picked off 10, 15 seconds into the round. 3 first bloods for both Hook and Shotzi. Yeah, and LA might be thinking about a 4-0 sweep just like the Knicks.
Oh, no way, you just spoke that into existence. Oh, my, that's a lot of confidence from my guy, Jay. A lot of confidence from my guy, Jay. But why not? Right now, it is all Thieves all the time. 2 back-to-back beat-down maps has us looking at a Den Overload. Another map that LA has obviously dominated on, and in particular, had a lot of success against this OpTic team in the grand finals. Will there be an opportunity for OpTic to recover? We'll find out when we come back for the break.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup this summer. Scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Coming alley.
Oh my god. Oh my god! The paternity test is in. I am the father.
Map number 1, I'm leaning towards Toronto. Oh, Joe, I think we have a gift for you. Oh, it's early Christmas.
I missed out on the whole Christmas memo. Do you guys send that one back?
Do you need a receipt?
I got the receipt over here.
Yeah,
if you
receipt.
need it.
What's the return policy on this thing?
I think 24 hours.
Do I have to open this?
Yeah, you have to open it first.
I do? Okay. Hello. This is weird. You look great. It's a brand new Maven. Yeah. They really got that on tight, huh?
Welcome back to the CDL. Wow, what is going on? He's the master fight. This guy is just, that's unbelievable. Okay. I coming back to him. This is not what I was expecting.
Last series of the day. Just, Riley, I don't even want to talk about it. Just throw up our predictions. You know who we're picking.
You know which way we're going. Go ahead and light it up purple across the board.
Yes, do that.
Yo, is this rigged? They didn't even go through the picks.
They didn't even go. Wait, so nobody's picking Cloud 9? That's actually biased as I'm sorry.
This is one of those series you see on the schedule and you're like,
See if they can stand it again.
Get this one done.
yeah,
Go enjoy our
let's,
day.
yeah, let's get in there. Let's finish it up quick.
They may have booked dinner tonight or something.
Let's go. Oh my god. This way. C9! The people's team!
What the? I'll admit I was wrong. That's impressive. That's
We were
great
all
work.
wrong. Yeah, we were all wrong.
That's great work from C9 right there.
We were all wrong. I'll give it to him.
What an awesome.
Welcome back to the Minor 2 Grand Final. LA Thieves taking on OpTic Texas. Or are they? Because right now, Thieves are just walking the dog. It's been casual. It's been an easy stroll. We're talking near 100-point club and then near flawless search and destroy, Jay. Got to have some sort of a bounce back immediately if you're OpTic. And at least they're smiling and vibing. Maybe there's something in that little break.
Yeah, you know, vibes got to be at an all-time high because you just never been whooped like this so far. But thankfully, you got players so far in Overload who have been taking over on the weekend. Shotzi with a 1.44 KD leading the lobby. Dashy right behind him. But, you know, now you're playing against the #1 Overload team in the game, so it might change a little bit.
Yeah, I heard that. And on top of that, keep an eye on Nia, my guy.
He's the best.
Been in the situations in like the new CDL era that we've had a rookie potentially not just compete for Rookie of the Year, but maybe also MVP. Because
well, it would have been Mercury's last season if he didn't walk in the final 2 months.
True. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Wow. I mean, I just can't even begin to tell you guys. I mean, you and I watch a lot of challengers. We do the elites, but like Challengers was like a lifeblood for me for a long time. I'm talking like when Modern Warfare 2 was around, Neum, that was his first year competing, barely even cracked through the top 16, if really at all. It was a lot of top 32s. Modern Warfare 3 barely cracked through the top 16 really at all. And then all of a sudden, Black Ops 6, a couple of top 8s. And then this year, a couple of top 6s. It's like, it's not your typical rise for a Challengers player, but he's just everything right now for LA.
Yeah, and I think just starting off his career, he was an SMG player. So then understanding, all right, these guys barely get picked up in the league. So let me just whip out the AR and start putting up some numbers to get my shot. And he might have found the perfect role change for himself alongside these kind of teammates. To be such an unbelievable player with a great career ahead of him. But into the Overload we go. You know, Mercury's talked about it. This is the game mode they needed to work on, and you need it now more than ever.
Yeah, and on the other front, LA has provided some of the fastest break-off scores on this map. A lot of it has come by way of overtime, but you might not even need that right now. The break-off has been perfect. The only thing that really has gone awry in terms of a mistake was that Scrap kind of missed the EMP on his first grabs. Hyden's able to find one from the grave. Scrap going to slide in, find the opening score, and it's one of those opening run-throughs for LA. Absolutely perfect break-off.
Yeah, we're dropping Semtex if you are Hydra. If he doesn't drop that Semtex, that play is still alive, and that's not an early score for LA, but now LA up 1-0, already in position to stop them over at the reset. A team kill isn't going to help, but if your job is a Beezy, all you have to do is stall out time. Now your teammates are here.
Yeah, a couple of stuns come through for Thieves on the regain of the dojo position. Scrap for 2. Hydra getting a lot of damage. Going to get caught, though, by Shotzi. Scrap not immediately in a position to trade, but will chase it down, find the easy follow-up. And now keep your eye on the minimap. Who's forward? It's Neum. AR in hand, trying to block off the spawns, try to catch a couple of defenders on rotation here. Timing, how's this going to work out? Able to catch that one with a knife, the second one not quite, and OpTic will find at least a couple of eliminations to stop this EMP push.
Yep, and they also take care of Hydra, who's trying to be that a nuisance behind enemy lines. But you see what LA are doing. Retract with the EMP, wait for your teammates to come off spawn. Now we go for our second push right through the front door. OpTic are already here, ready and waiting. They find 2 kills in sync, and they should be able to get the stop and turn this into offense.
Oh, Semtex though down for Hydra, stalls out the play. I think he accidentally grabs the EMP right there, but it doesn't make a difference. BZ's right there for the follow-up. Mercury's trying to step up to stop this play before it can start. Helping him is Shotzi. No trophy system here though, so stuns and nades can both land. Knife out in the corner for Neum. Not gonna have a chance to swipe at Shotzi, who finds the opening pick and allows OpTic defense to move forward.
OpTic keep on moving forward, and Thieves keep on backing up until they get the perfect scenario to continue to be the aggressors, and this is where you find it. Hydra just staying tight in towards the corner, low case 3. Now EMP carrier just gonna fly on in and try to clean up that final kill, but he gets shut down, and OpTic get the shutdown.
Yeah, nice movement there from Hook. Just scales the wall. Comes back down for 2. Hydra still right back in out of his next life, though. He will find another double. 12 and 6 start for Hydra. Neum on the flank. Scrap trying to hold his life, but may not have the chance to as he's getting pushed out by Mercules. And now Neum, kind of on an island. What can he do from this position? Low, finessing, trying to get some sort of a regen, but a stun locks him into place. And it'll be up to the Thieves to try to return over towards the front as the EMP resets.
Yeah, and I think OpTic only had like 4 seconds of possession time so far in this first half with that EMP in head. So finally, with some kills going their way, Shotzi being the lead blocker already out through that A plat. Just needs someone to retrieve the EMP, but as soon as they do, he falls, and now you got to retreat.
And meanwhile, Hydra will make sure the EMP gets held over towards the mid-cut. Scrap will fall. OpTic, all 4 members, going to be playing up towards Dojo. They get a second onto Abizi. Now it's just down to Neum, last one left. Help off the reset, though. Coming back over to play. Shotzi trying to work on the middle of the map, but he needs to start to get here sooner rather than later, and Abizi will shut that down. Neum behind the play. Lots of damage, double for him. And Scrap will once again control the EMP. Minute 20 on the clock in this 1-0 game for Thieves.
It's like Thieves are never nervous. It doesn't matter how close OpTic are to potentially getting a score. You get your trophies down. We know the teamwork is going to be on point, and now we're turning defense into immediate offense because you still have the numbers on this side of the map. Hook is going to be all the way across, and might put himself in this to instantly be back into the play. He finds one, and that's all that's going to be needed because your teammates get those close spawns. OpTic get the stop.
Well, Hydra can still find the trade and keep a position up top towards B2. And if he can do a little bit more damage here, you've all of a sudden got Scrap playing over towards the mid-cot, but no. He's shut down. Scrap off the regen, still allows the Thieves to stay towards couches, but OpTic will get the EMP, and they've got numbers to start running their way up towards Dojo.
Yeah, don't allow this spot to beat you down again. This time it's going to be a BZ instead of Hydra, and his Hoop locates that first kill, and that's going to be 3, making all 4 dead in a row. OpTic quickly tie the game, but has to get over towards rooftop side because Thieves are just going to cut their losses and play new.
BZ will fall, though, on the backside of Dragon. Hydra trying to hold the window. Mercules stuck. That's going to be 3 down. You've got a forward blocker. Shotzi trying to cut off the EMP carrier around the middle of the map, and Scrap wins a huge pistol fight. Oh, my goodness. Now it just needs to wait for the regen to come through. Nade's starting to come out, but Scrap was able to score right before the half. What a win from Scrap. Looked like Shotzi had that perfectly read. Not the case, and it's a 2-1 half to Thieves.
Yeah, that's just a gunfight you gotta win if you're Shotzi. Yeah. It's one player with a pistol. He's also the most important player on the map. And you were able to get the jump on him with the NPC. So Scrap wins that one-on-one, and Thieves go into the half up by 1. But it's just another map, a different mode where OpTic are just seeming to be uncomfortable. This is not normal, ladies and gentlemen. OpTic, without a doubt, are the #1 team that we've had on the entire season, especially on the top of the point standing. But just like right now, I don't think I've ever seen OpTic feel this out of sync.
They just can't get anything going. I mean, and I don't know if that's as much of like a bad omen for OpTic as much as it's maybe just LA dominating. I mean, they're setting up each other so well. And here we go again. Talk about that Thieves break-off. It has been so good on both sides of Den. But good response for OpTic. Taking a moment, taking a beat, helping each other out. They're going to have a chance to get the EMP, but Neum continues to just absolutely do whatever he wants. And if he wins that one, oh, man. You start to think about the mind games that plays, but doesn't make a difference. Hydra gets one from the side, Scrap another from the front. And now Hook is all of a sudden a little bit on the play, but he goes unnoticed, finds the first. Scrap turning, pistol out in hand, but that's enough for Hook to still find 3. And now an opportunity for OpTic to get this thing to a tie game.
Yeah, Hook needs to get a couple more, though, because he is the lead blocker, just had to reload the gun. So wasn't going to be ready for that first gunfight, but that's just one of those routes there out of the nuke that I would have loved for him to just cut it in half and help your teammates through that mid-map, but you still have the EMP in your possession. You're still pushing Thieves back in an uncomfortable position, but now they have kills in sync, and they're going to hit the forward button.
Uh-oh, Merc's not able to get back to safety. Shotzzy has to stand tall. Good for the first. Grabs the EMP. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but regardless, he has it. He's got help too. Hook and Dashy right here with him. But I think that nade just kind of bounces off the wall.
Oh no.
That's enough for BC to push forward, find a couple. And you got Neum once again moving spawns. I'm telling you, he's always in the right spot, making the right play. Easy counter cap for Thieves. And now we're dealing damage in the OpTic spawn. Woo-hoo-hoo, it's all Thieves, baby.
And Hydra's still here. He is going to get taken down, but who cares? It's all 4 players instantly in a position to stop it at the defensive line.
Oh my God.
He's just winning gunfight after gunfight. Like, these are unreal right now. Oh my goodness.
He's not done yet. Finally, Dashy gets the pick. Hydra trying to stand in front of the way. Dashy didn't have the EMP, so he wasn't able to join Shotzzy on that push-up. Now the Thieves are here defensively. Watch this route, though. OpTic have a couple of players playing through couches, but Neum gets the read on it, able to get a lot of damage into Mercules. But OpTic still are able to posture forward. Dashy pistol out, dancing in the window, trying to find an opportunity to shut down Hydra, but easier said than done. He finds 3 from the cut. Scrap kept his life as the B defender, and Thieves are controlling the EMP again.
And they're rotating it over towards rooftops. All of OpTic are not going to be in a position. Only one player can contest them, and it's going to be Shotzzy. He's going to fall. Scrap eventually does get overwhelmed, so OpTic get the stop that they desperately needed. But with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to work with, what decision are you going to make? Are you going to push it through roofs, or are you going to wrap back? Because Hydra's behind you.
Well, he will fall. OpTic will have the numbers to regain rooftop control, but nobody is working in the middle of the map. Scrap. SMG out. He's taken a lot of damage from that nade. Still able to put some damage in response, though. So good return here for Thieves. Still putting the pressure on towards couches, but OpTic will find the trades they need. Now down the steps. This is a tough position to attack. But Hydra might be running out of ammunition here. He's got help. That's the problem. And the return for the EMP making their way back over towards mid is just going to be followed up by Thieves chasing down the carrier.
Yeah, and all they're doing is pushing OpTic back, forcing them to waste more of the game clock. You had the numbers at A, but you don't execute the push. Now you try to wrap it back over through B, and that's all 4 dead in favor of LA. Studs and nades need the Ray Supreme over towards the bookshelf because this is looking like score number 4.
Looking like it. Last little bit. Dashy can only find one of the 2. Abizi wins the pistol battle as the carrier. It's 4-1 to Thieves. Minute 18 on the clock. OpTic just trying for something desperate. Trying to alleviate what has been a boon in this season of continuing to finish in second. But right now, it looks like they're about to fall 0-3 in map count.
Yeah, only a minute left to go. And every single time you take 2 steps off of your respawn is a player from Thieves contesting you. The time is getting away from you. Gunfights are getting away from you. LA with just so much pressure on the map. I've seen 4 NPCs at certain times. OpTic just not keeping up right now.
Nope, not at all. Mercules will drop as the EMP carrier. Hellstorm slows the play down to what now makes this map essentially unwinnable for OpTic. It would have to be a score immediately here, and then just straight relays after that. We haven't seen anything quite like it. Not at this level with these types of caliber of teams. And I mean, when we're finding shots like that, it's just not going to happen. Oh my goodness. LA Thieves are going to be up 3-0 with 3 dominant map wins on our most consistent team to this point in the season. Unreal.
Just insane to see out of LA that they find themselves in this form at this point of the season. Because if you were a nade shot, the guy who created such a stacked lineup, this is what you were expecting to see to start it all. But these are kind of rosters you build to beat the green wall. And right now you are beating the shit out of them.
Correct. I mean, what do you say, Jay? It's like, we're talking about what was an absolutely epic grand final in Atlanta. So good on so many ways. Yes, LA, their map wins were slightly more convincing than what we would have seen from OpTic. But to see both of these two teams coming into this major, very likely, and everyone's power rankings as number 1 and number 2 in some order, to see this much of a gap exist in what has been, 2.5 weeks since Atlanta is very surprising. Very surprising.
Yeah, because, like, I don't really know what Thieves needed to work on at the end of that tournament. It looks like every single mode, obviously 50-50 in hardpoint, search and destroy about 80-20, and overload almost 100%. But the fact that this team is still getting better after winning is very tippable, because sometimes complacency can hit you, especially with some young guys. But when you got world champions, players who have been there before, been there, done that, now let's see if we can do it a little bit better next time around. And in this grand finals, OpTic have shown us nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, legitimately, there have been very slim, marginal moments that we've been able to catch from OpTic. We're talking about like one P2 rotation win on Scar, one actual round of search and destroy on Den Surge, and then, yes, one good look in terms of an offensive look here for OpTic, but you called it right. I mean, they barely had the EMP in their control at any point of this map. We're talking about Thieves coming out at the get-go and finding a 35-second score. It's undeniable what we're seeing from Los Angeles at the moment.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and just what we saw from that first score, Semtex being dropped even after you kill the opponent, still finding kills, yet nothing is going right now for the green wall. Down 0-3. Never been in this position before. But you still have opportunity to fight, man. You can't give up. You don't want to end it out like this, because I'm telling you, if these 4-0 OpTic, they're walking into the next qualifying stage, they don't give a hell who they play. They don't care what maps they play. They're going to be delusional versus anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're kind of at the point where we've already seen LA more than happy to start working on some maps that they may not necessarily have in their bag just as of yet. But Gridlock Hardpoint comes up next, and just kind of talking over the history, OpTic have looked very good here. Only dropped one map in the 5 times they've played it, and it was a relatively tight one versus FaZe. What was a very good series right before we got to Atlanta. So for LA, this is one of those maps that has not quite clicked as of yet, but it's coming along. I mean, their last handful of outings on it have either been wins or losses. I mean, the one to Vegas at the beginning of this qualifier stage was a 43-point loss, so very tight. I don't know, man. Just looking at Scar and how they were able to prioritize rotation win after rotation win after rotation win, you kind of feel like Thieves have this one ready to go.
Yeah, they beaten them in the fundamental aspect, they beaten them in the teamwork aspect, and sometimes when the individuals need to shine, oh yeah, they also got that in their bag. So it's all smiles in the LA camp. Take your sip of water, get yourself a back massage, do whatever the hell you want, because whatever you've been doing at this point is 100% working. And I know if you are Nate who's watching this grand final, he's saying, finally, this is the team I wanted, and it's shown.
Unreal. Okay. Let's head back to 2019 vibes and jump into a gridlock, but this time on the hard point. Wow. It's just, you see that score and those 3 maps show up, and it just does not feel accurate.
Yeah, you think they playing like C9 or something.
Oh, that's a wild stray, but a very accurate one.
Yeah.
Holy cow. All right. I mean, where does it start for you, Jay? First rotation?
Yeah, I just think OpTic need to come out the gate swinging, man. ARs need to find their kills, win the first P1 to P2 rotation, and OpTic are going to give themselves a good chance.
Okay. See what we get here. It'll be OpTic from the right side of the minimap. LA, knowing that they're going to get their second, or largely playing over towards Dojo's side here, just looking for nades to connect. Trying to see if they can get someone on the pitch. Hydra gets the reach.
Hello?
Just gets blindsided by it. I don't know if he was expecting Hydra to keep moving through that stun, but he does, and that is enough to open up the hard point to LA. I mean, we're talking about perfect breakoff after perfect breakoff, Jay. What are we talking about?
He might have lagged out right there. I don't know how you don't react to Hydra sliding right by you and then coming back to the same spot, because they always come back out. But don't execute that gunfight. Now that leads to a break, but still a good chunk of time at the P1. But at least you have a little things to be hopeful for if you are OpTic. You were in control of the spawns for that next HP. Just don't give up a lot of time here.
Man, that's just so good from Hydra. I mean, he's planning to play for that early rotation through Long Street. Sees that he's got a player in front of him and just sits and waits for help. And meanwhile, over the old time, another 1v1 comes through for LA. So now you've got an opportunity to at least fight back over towards bus stop. Neum in some trouble here, though, against Hook's MPC. And that will be enough for OpTic to, for now, control some good space around P2.
Yeah, got to make sure you're reading some of these long routes because Abizi is looking for the timing to go his way, or at least Scrap to be the guy that draws the attention. Mercury's still going to be head on the swivel, though. Watch the OE. Last player alive is going to be Scrap, so OpTic shut down that first wave and take the lead.
Yeah, and off spawns here. We'll have Hook playing through mid. Merc trying to reinforce from the front. Hold on a second. Couple of the kills come through for Thieves. Merc is the only one to find elimination. He can only do so much from that corner. So there's really nothing to be found here for OpTic on the return back to the hard point. Scrap now locking things down on 5 in a row. Car bomb will come through, but Scrap almost able to find Hook. That may have given him the Hellstorm. He was really close if he got an objective kill. Follow-up, though, from Hook is good, and okay, OpTic will hold the lead. We'll move over towards P3, and OpTic will be there first, and they win the first gunfight on top of it.
Yeah, it's a big win out of Mercules because Hydra's here with about 15 seconds of old time. Try to be that lead guy for the team early off the rotation, but now OpTic trying to grow the lead a little bit more. Both players who were early off the roto, because the other two spawned all the way across the map, just stalled out so much time for the teammates to not get into play, and now Abizi has to slow up even more.
Well, he's in a good position here. He blocks out one of OpTic's spawns. Now it's just time to finding the last defender around the hill, and it's Shotzi. Over the top of the tree, tough gunfight to come through. Dashy assists nicely. Neum off the regen, trying to hold over towards Towels. It's a 3v3 for the hard point at the moment. Hydra gets himself the first two, now the third, looking for essentially all of OpTic. But instead, it's Abizi who finds the fourth and final kill, and LA are looking decent for the back 30.
Now with only 20 seconds left, OpTic in a tough position. Are we going to contest this and potentially flip on out? We lose the fights, but no, we start off with the initiative to go our way, make it 3 for 1 in the trade battle, but just no one thinking about the hard point is going to allow Neum to be in a very good spot to at least stall time for his teammates.
Yeah, and you got to be easy. Oh, man.
Look at him.
Able to find a finesse winner on the back. So Neum from back square gets the first. Locks down the spawns. Numbers now for Thieves as they collapse out of the hard point. Shotzi only able to find one. Trying to go in and out of Grandma's up top. Dashy also playing from the jump up. But these nades are finding so much value. Beezy still locking from the front. Trophy to keep him safe. But here comes Shotzi. 2 in a row for him. Mercules the third, and Abizi's got no exit. Perfect break for OpTic.
Yeah, this is why OpTic love themselves some Gridlock HP, because some of these money hills you're thinking that seem to be unbreakable, OpTic have figured out how to need to do it. So keeping the lead in their favor, so controlling the spawns as well. Kill feed starting to light up green. OpTic looking for momentum. They're finding it.
Oh, well, they do get bounced out of the hard point for a small moment, but Shotzi on 4 is brooding towards a potential Hellstorm. Give him 5. One more down low. There we go. A little bit of hard point time may get the job done for the Hellstorm as we rotate back over to P1. LA spawning over towards Old. And that's a solid set of reads right now from OpTic, but Shotzi still does not have that Hellstorm yet. I'm sure he was sitting there thinking, I just got to play for a kill. Abizi trying to hunt him down. First shoulder comes through, and LA will know that Shotzi's in the back line.
Yeah, and they also know that he's probably playing for a Hellstorm, so let's take our time on this chow. And it's Hydra able to execute that one-on-one. So now your pinch is covered. Everybody focus on the front, and there's no Hellstorms that are going to break it at this P1 time. This is looking like a flawless hold.
Looking good so far. 30 seconds of the fight. OpTic still spawning on the preferred side of the map as we look over towards what comes next for P2. But all of this time for LA isn't even close to being contested. I mean, Hydra hasn't moved since finding that shutdown into Shotzi. And eventually we'll find Hook, but gunfight doesn't go his way. Abizi, lots of damage, but only a single kill, and that's really good space for OpTic with only 13 seconds left on P1.
Yeah, it's such a long time to execute that break attempt, but thankfully the Nuke, who is the guy working behind Hydra, wins that one-on-one. So still in control of the spawns, and you only have one player now technically off the rotation towards New. Thieves can bully their way over towards 18.
And the timing here is absolutely perfect for Thieves. Small play for OpTic, kind of developing on both sides of the map at the same time. Shotzi only able to find one. He's stuck, backside fire. Stun comes through, locks him into place, makes that gunfight very simple for Neum. Follow-up through overpass. Hydra's going to catch one on rotation, so now the pinch has been made known. Abizi the one trying to block it over as the rest of Thieves will spawn right on top of 18. And that's all you need. And again, just make yourself the most difficult kill possible. Abizi finds the info, and now all of a sudden he's helping from the front. You just don't anticipate this many numbers for Thieves, and he almost turns to find a second, but it's OpTic for 3, and they're back into the time.
Yeah, I love the play to just disregard dashing towards the back lines and keep your numbers. At least your advantage still right in front of you, but you know, when the gunfights, that's where it could come back to haunt you. OpTic so cool, this final 10, or at least cut their losses and think about that new time, but every single gunfight from this point on is very important, and it's Neum who finds the first, Neum finds another.
Hydra going to get the information that there are players already on the time. Shotzzy trying to dance around the tree, not going to work out. Scrap with the follow-up, doesn't even need to come through as he's able to turn and nearly find Mercules. But now the sides get established. LA trying to spawn from the left, OpTic spawning in from the back. But it's the Thieves in the time for now. 4v2 situation though for OpTic, trying to make their way into the hard point. But Hydra, Scrap able to find a couple, leaves it to an opportunity to still contest this. Dashy for 2, Dashy for 3. One more to find. Neum trying to clean things up, but Thieves are trying to restructure at the same time. Down right now, but we jump to an LA listening to see if they can make the comeback.
Yo, chop time.
Watch out right side.
Okay. Nice, guys.
Yo, gonna be your fast, gonna be your
Good
fast.
20. Good. Yo, pillar on the pillar, Kyler. He's on the pillar.
I spawned
Two tiki.
I spawned new.
That's why I don't new guys.
One bullet.
Yeah, behind me.
They're banging.
Yo,
Small. I'm playing dub. I'm already
Yo, help the right.
I'm all dub.
I have time. I have time.
I have your small.
Dub. Brandon, watch out, D-dub.
One spawn right. I have the right, Jason.
Yeah, we're not spawn.
I have right.
I spawn back out.
Yo, one front. One already taxi.
Taxi, Kyler, one shot, Kyler.
In mid, Merc, one shot.
I have your left side.
Kyler, one shot. Already in the window, already top.
Have your top.
He went hill. Throw one bullet. I spawned the back alley. I spawned the back.
Every back alley.
I'll see him back door challenge. All short time.
Back left door.
I'm trying back alley. Back alley, one shot.
Let's go left there, boys. Let's go left there.
Time.
Go ladder here.
Shot left side time weak.
Two time.
One shot.
Ah, he jumped over.
Okay.
Top for me then.
Stay alive here. Stay alive.
Each out.
Yeah, Merc is trying.
Top ladder.
Top ladder challenge. Merc, still top ladder. Still there, Merc.
Nice, guys.
I know.
2-0. We play for the zone. Play for the zone.
Go back door. Top. Last one. Challenge on time. I'm laying down on the stairs. Bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, in you, boys.
We can take routes.
Money. Going home.
I'm catching left.
Yeah, bang to left.
I'm laying the
Yeah, one spawn deep dub, okay?
I'm gonna go ice cream with you, Paco. Hold on.
I'm playing my life back square.
I'm gonna slide up to the right. Ah, you don't know.
Yeah, left and right. Okay. Both sides.
I'm back bank right now. So try to
Yeah, I'm
trying to.
Yo, let's go bank together.
Yo, spawning 18.
Yeah, one's gonna be
On time, Merc. Merc has up on time.
One's gonna be
One shot.
Merc is just shotgun.
Stone on me. Stone.
One's gonna be ice cream. My main one's gonna be ice cream.
I spawn shower.
Top broken, running away. Top broken.
On time, hole.
Top broken.
20, 18.
On time. Last time, Merc gonna be low bridge.
I have time.
No, they smoke shower.
No,
Hearts on low bridge.
Yo, two smoke
I
shower.
promise you.
Yeah, no, but the first one has to shower.
I have hole.
Went back right.
Yo,
Left,
right.
Right of me, dead.
In the back.
Yo, two bank. Last two bank.
Try me close. Weak.
Okay, boys.
Try me close. Right, one more counter close. You like close. Nice.
I have hold. They can be
the right. They're spawning from one
They're gonna be right.
Just spawn a shower.
Yo, someone pick up hole.
Yeah, I got it. I can.
Brandon on the car.
Yeah, he's top.
I'm just making noise.
Top 18. Top 18.
I don't see other. Yo,
Back 18.
Take it.
All good.
Stone in low bridge.
Take it, Brandon. One shot.
All good. Stone in low bridge. Front mid.
Yo, forefront.
Go front.
Yeah, I'm down.
Forefront. I'm sending mid.
Taxi. Gotta kill this guy. Still taxi. Backing up the time.
He's two on top. Mercules plus one.
He's on the taxi.
Back and forth, but Mercules is starting to turn up, Jay. He's on another 5 spree, 30 and 21. The only thing he's been missing out on is not being able to finish off a Hellstorm, but he has been so instrumental towards OpTic keeping this lead.
No, he's the reason why they have the lead, man. He was able to make such a great play at the ending of the P4, but just slipping by Neum and Hydra, going on 5 in a row. And then just now off this rotation, locating 3 as the only player watching the front lines. OpTic still trying to keep their 20-point lead, and Mercules starting to relocate his Hercules form. He was going off.
There's the CDL, and then there's the CDL driver's license that Merc just showed off by playing around 18. Unbelievable. Hook now on rotation finds the first. Does he get a read that there's a second nearby? Hard to tell if they know that Scrap is here, and yes, Shotzzy will get that information. Now, leader's advantage, potentially leading toward potential map win for OpTic. Dashy off 3 in a row. LA spawning around the map, not in any sort of concentrated effort, and OpTic can close here.
Oh, but Neum is able to read. Mercules so far pushed out, so first kill goes in favor of LA, and they also have a pinch on the opposite side. So in a 3v4, you gotta try to hold on. You are finding the trades. Dashy gonna be the last man standing, but the numbers for Thieves is good enough for the break.
I mean, we're talking about a 2v4 situation if you were to take a freeze frame of the minimap with both players for Thieves on opposite sides way out of the play, and they still find ways to get kills.
Oh my goodness.
Turn it into a clean OpTic. 237 is where it stops for Texas. LA, 225 and counting. Trying to get a read. Hydra up front. Scrap able to help out. Gets the one trade. How about more? Looking for everything. Not quite. And Nia
Still
will
lose.
drop. They will lose here. You've got to find a way to contest it if Easy's on the case.
Just gotta get it for a slither of a second, and OpTic are pushing you back for so far so good, but a millisecond contest from Scrap is good enough. Thieves win the rotation anew.
Gotta be perfect, though. They need 20 seconds of time without giving away a 1/10 of a second, it feels like. Shotzi, Mercules, first couple of kills come through. Niam cannot leave the hard point. Shotzi, fresh off the regen. Can't win the first battle.
Oh, my!
239, 249. Abizi for 3. Dashy, you cannot drop here. You have to keep your life. Returning back up top. Chasing down 1. Oh, what a read from Abizi. Damage is out. Now it's 248 to 249. Scrap the last one left. You have to stay alive if you're Shotzi. The contest is through. The spray is down, and OpTic gets one through the hoop, if only just barely. Holy cow.
Yes.
That's what it takes for OpTic to win Maps versus LA. Grueler finishes like that. Everyone whip out an NPC. Someone find a kill. But it's Dashy who starts it off in that final push. Puts himself in the top window. Gets that opening blood. Allows your teammates to just fly on in. I know it was Scrap, potentially a little bit nervous, knowing that he was the last man standing in another 1v2. But you don't allow Thieves to break you down on Gridlock. We gotta take a look at it again, man, because all of these kills off of the rotation were going in favor of LA. OpTic needed to have one moment, one possible situation just to go their way, and it took a couple extra NPCs to get it done.
Yeah, and honestly, being able to finish off these 2 kills for Thieves, I was thinking game was over right here, but then another moment from Scrap, where he gets a manifest double that you just don't expect to happen. And then Abizi again just coming up clutch, gets 3 in this moment. The re-wrap back over onto Shotzi. So good to clean up that space, because you just don't get that final sliver. Then back like you call, though, this is where OpTic had been winning. The majority of their time was over at P4, and initially you start to think that, okay, 2v2 spawns are going to be in favor of OpTic, but then Abizi again comes back and shuts the door and allows Thieves to reinforce.
And Abizi kept on finding kill after kill, but this is the most important one out of Dashy. Played the cutoff, executes that one-on-one versus Abizi, and just starts off the trade fights. Now all of your teammates are coming off the respawn, just flooding that back door, knowing that they have the numbers, knowing that they have the advantage. And finally gain some momentum in the series. The series is far from over, Al, but OpTic now feeling a little bit good.
Yeah, you get something. You get something there. And I just have to again say, and I hate to come across like we're just kind of riding the Thieves train right now, but even in moments where you watch like what happens like in a 90-second affair, like the scrap time of one hill into the full time of a next one, like especially going from 2 to 3, it's like, okay, OpTic are doing all the right things. Then you look up at the scoreboard, it's only a 10-point game. It's just like LA are so good at either finding contest time or more in particular, getting into a position to keep time relatively neutral. I mean, look at Abizi, 32 and 27 with a minute 42 and 18 objective kills for the L. It's just every time you think OpTic are doing the right things and they're in a 4v2, they're in a good setup, someone sneaks out and still is able to contest time that you just would not expect. So very, very close affair. And now we all of a sudden have maybe a series on our hands here, because for a moment it looked like LA were about to pull off another impossible one, but OpTic get one through, and now we look over to another search and destroy that for both these two teams we haven't seen a lot of. It's Hacienda.
Yeah, but they ain't played it a lot, even though they haven't played it this season a lot, all throughout last year. Like, this is one of their go-tos, especially if you are OpTic. We watched them play it one time so far this season, and Shotzi was just never letting go of his front stick, like just consistently running it down. And OpTic, you know, are going to be installed on Hacienda with so much confidence to make all the plays that they want. I know Thieves have yet to try this one, so let's see if they're that good of an S&D team.
How many times do we think of like Abizi just running down Fountain and finding a first blood?
Or Shotzi.
I don't know. Or Shotzi. Could be a little bit of both. Maybe a little bit of both. I'm here for that. Let's try to get this series going. It feels like we're finally arrived in what we would have expected after a 2-point affair, getting OpTic their first map win. Till that point, it's been all Thieves. See how things unfold when we come back for map number 5 on the backside of the break.
Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to FazeVegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Go pick up the 2026 Call of Duty League Championship Tracer Pack. You can support all 12 Call of Duty League teams.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
I guess.
Ravens are a work-from-home team.
Nero shutting down Hydra from putting together a very congestive spawn trap.
I'm sorry.
That's good. That is good. That right there is good content.
We're using that one.
That is good content.
That is the best way to call it.
That is good content. Help me jack off, Prime. Absolutely. You know ball, buddy. Calling them a work-from-home team is so disrespectful, dude.
But the Miami Heretics are hungry for a win. Can they end this streak?
Then, Toronto squares off against Minnesota. The Rocker will need a masterclass from the rookie Lindsay.
What is Ben doing here?
Welcome back there, friends. What is Ben doing there? What is Ben J up to these days? Still missing 8-foot putts? Probably. OpTic, Thieves, 3-1 the count in favor of LA, but a 2-point game with some fire. Maybe is enough to awaken the inner demons of OpTic Texas, because so far it has been all LA all the time, always. Let's take a look back at how things had unfolded in map number 2, because if you weren't here for it, you probably missed it. It was about a 6-minute game. Unbelievably quick. It was Neum, the takeover guy. 5.0 KD, means he went 10-2, tons of damage, won every single opening duel he found himself in, Jay.
Yeah, just the ultimate do-it-all player. Doesn't matter what weapon he has. The guy can be the island guy. He can be your first blood sniper guy. He can also whip out an SMG if you want to just fly on in and play trades. Neum was unreal in that game to search and destroy. And if you allow that guy to earn a Hellstorm on a different map like Hacienda, then yeah, you're also not going to have a good time. So for playmakers like Shotzi, who loves to run around and play for those openings, this needs to be your takeover map.
Indeed the case. It'll be OpTic on the opening attack. 3-1 split up, looking over towards top window to B. And Thieves are not bothering with it. Just going to try to play a retake. They've gotten the entire A side of the map, and they're going to get a little bit of a feel out from Scrap early. It looks like, yeah, they may know that Shotzi had already played 4, but he will retreat back to water. And as Hydra drops, it's a 4v3 post plant for OpTic.
Yeah, Shotzi's still holding strong in his water position, but just a little bit too low. In the pond is a Beezy. You turn it into an instant 2v2, 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh, and Neum's able to find another double hook, the last one standing in a 1v2. First player comes out, second there, the shots were close, but Neum finds a way to win the battle, and he's starting off 3-0.
Can't let the guy do it, man. You get the bomb planted, you also find the first blood. But if you are OpTic, you know we can't give up Ross control because we don't have an angle, just in case they try to sneak that defuse in. No trophy systems force them to be uncomfortable, and that round was already done when Abizi just locates Shotzi the way that he does. Yeah. Shotzi's expecting that water route, but Abizi, the deep diver, gets the better of him, and Thieves take that opening round.
Unbelievable. Now it's down to an LA Thieves offense. OpTic will go to the 3-1 defensive split, hard focused over towards A. It'll be Dashy by himself up top at window, looking for space through open hall. He's taking it. Shachi trying to return over to this position to try to see if they can maybe bully out the Thieves, but Neum got the read, and that's all you need. Get out of there. Stay alive. Play your 4v3. You might catch Shotzi getting a little bit over aggressive, but instead, the shots are perfect, and we'll go 3v3.
Yeah, they're not able to trade him, so Shotzi still a focal point for Thieves on their next move, but Scrap, he's thinking it's all going to be clear on this side of the map. Dashy in a cruddy spot gets the better of him, and now numbers in favor of OpTic.
Yeah, and Thieves are a little bit stuck right now. They've let too much of this round go by to where any information they would have had in the first break-off is pretty much invalid now at this point. So Beezy will play on one side, looking for some info. Mercury's playing on close section of the arches, will go unnoticed. And it looks like Thieves are going to try to finish this back at the A site. Unless a Beezy says, hey, come my direction, no one's home. Oh, and do they see Dashy in Boathouse? Oh, mercy. At least Dashy is the awareness of it. That's your bomb carrier down. And that makes this 1v2 nearly impossible for a Beezy.
Yeah, bomb's going to be down over towards Boathouse. It's going to be a GG on the round, but this is all due to just Shotzzy finding one kill. Because the entire time, Thieves really didn't want to move from that mid-map area, knowing that Shotzzy was still alive. So everything was calculated. Everything took an extra shoulder, but Shotzzy never showed face. So him just playing his life didn't allow Thieves to do anything.
Clean. Very clean. Okay, so we're seeing really both teams defensively, especially without trophy systems, are looking for that opening advantage towards that A archway with nades and utility. But now, Thieves will spread the map a little bit more evenly. Two players making it aggressive through open staircase. That's going to be assisted by Neum up top of the windows. Dashy, aware that this could potentially be in play, but do you know that they're this close? No, you do not. Hydra able to find one. Abizi unfortunately taking down his teammate, but still confirms one of his own, and then comes back to the play with Neum. Hook, the last one standing, and he's a little bit stuck right now up top towards open steps.
Yeah, the good thing is he does have bomb in hand, so he can make the play come to him. And that's the perfect decision to make at this point. Bomb's going to get planted at B. Scrap and a BZ going to take a little bit of time just working from their spawn.
And Oogs is going to play this one up close and personal. It's a risky position, though. It could hit you from the flank, open stairs. You wouldn't know it. And interesting, LA is going to look to see if they can catch Hook re-wrapping through office. He's not interested in that. So now 22 seconds on the clock. Here comes the play for the defuse on B. Scrap playing bodyguard. Hook now moving to check. See Scrap. Prioritizes that as the first, and he catches the second just before the defuse comes through. Very close, but a perfect 1v2 from Hook.
And what these have been doing to OpTic in this series so far as Search and Destroy is just not giving them any information to work with. And that's exactly what Hook does there. You waste about 10 seconds, 15 seconds just to play for the re-wrap. But then you are forcing now to commit on the defuse because the nuke has yet to show face. Kyler's able to get the round there for OpTic and keep the momentum on their side.
Yeah, it's big. What does OpTic want to throw in this next defensive round? Something very similar to what we saw from Thieves. Their SMGs are running rapidly over through open steps. They'll make their way up top. Meanwhile, Thieves are like, cool, sounds great, we'll play today.
Shotzzy still not able to locate anyone. This is what the Thieves have been catching a lot of teams off guard with, but just forcing the mind games, forcing OpTic to keep on thinking, but you think a little bit too much, and eventually someone's going to walk in front of you. Hook with the first, Shotzzy with the second.
Yeah, and I really love this from the defensive OpTic. You just keep putting pressure on that top staircase position. You know for a fact that Thieves now have to be playing down low, and you pick them apart. I mean, that's the one thing I will say about this map compared to last year with the double wall jump that's potentially there. Getting up the top window from the low ground is obviously way easier than it was last year. And that means that all of a sudden, it's not just controlling that top hallway. You also have to worry about players who can quickly find positions to get back to that spot later in the post plan. And OpTic do a really nice job of making sure that that's not the case for LA.
Yeah, they just didn't give him a chance. All right, 10 seconds go down. You have yet to show face. We've already held down our turn position. We have all of the maps, so you have to be playing through fences or someone working on the late pinch. Eventually, time gets away from you. You try to make that play, but that's exactly what Shotzzy and Hook love to do. It's not 2 rounds in a row now for OpTic. Starting to come alive here in the Search and Destroy. First split in the first 10 seconds. They got early numbers.
Yeah, you got to be careful here for your LA's defense. You don't want to get picked playing over through checkers, but wow, the damage is in, and LA make the read that OpTic are not fully here, so they get themselves into a 3v3. Here comes the flank, though, from Shotzzy. Anyone watching for it? Ah, they are, but Shotzzy still able to confirm one before dropping. Now now it's just down to OpTic through Lambo. 2v2 situation. Shots from Scrap and Dashy go back and forth between Mercules finding the pick. And Abeezy's looking to maybe catch some timing here in the wrap back, but Dashy's read it. And that should be enough information for OpTic to just make sure they don't get caught off guard, collect the bomb, and play their 2v1 from here.
Yeah, just run around as an army of two. It's gonna give yourself the best chance of clutching this one up. Only 30 seconds remaining on the round, and Abeezy found the timing, just can't get out of dodge. That's what happens when you play the hallways and both players that you're trying to contest have M15s. Great plays from OpTic. Be prepared for the rock push to walk away with the numbers, and that is now 4 rounds in a row for the green wall.
Yeah, huge. And it's come in a variety of ways. Doing it on both sides of the bomb is one thing, but showing different initial set plays in terms of what they want to do in terms of setup defensively and then executes onto offense also, I think, has LA guessing just a little bit in terms of how do we respond to this? How do we adapt to this? So 4-1 the count. Mercules carrying in 3 streak into round number 6. Similar look for OpTic on this particular defense. However, the players up top through windows really not assisting the SMGs on this route. And once more, LA will just take the quick plan.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate onto Abeezy.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't even matter because Mercules on the opposite side gets the first blood. Hook and Shotzi combined for 2, and that's already 4 up, 4 down. OpTic way too efficient right now when they're not showing face through mid or at that or at the B site, to where they're quickly just taking that space away from LA doing anything else. Like, they went back to the same exact strategy that they did on the previous offense, and it's the same exact result, just not the one that you wanted. OpTic now at game point.
Yeah, I mean, in layman's terms, this is just OpTic saying we do not want LA to have that top hallway. Every single setup for the defense in the last couple of rounds has been SMGs taking away the space through secret steps, the ARs in a position to at least get contact over through Fireplace Hall. And when there is a post plant, LA are trying to scramble to get that position back, not actually hold it for their post plant. So OpTic are keeping them on the low ground, which is so crucial. And that's going to have to be something that if we get another offensive round for LA, they're going to need to figure out. 5-1 the count. Possible first blood battle here. Abeezy able to beat Shotzi as they essentially slide into one another. And Mercules has to at least value his life for now. We'll go 3v4 in favor of LA.
Yeah, now if you are LA, no need to ego chow any of these gunfights. Just read where the player is coming in and then use your teamwork to execute on these final couple of waves. A minute left to go. All of OpTic tracked over towards the A side. You can see Hydra's just waiting for his teammates to get the comp before he goes, but by the time he goes, it's a 1v4. Easy round there for LA.
Yeah, really well done there for LA, just not getting a little too greedy with their numbers, because it definitely felt like OpTic were not committed to the plant to see if they could catch LA in the middle of a contest for that top hall and, of course, for the bomb site itself. Not the case, though. It's perfect in terms of recontesting the site. And now we're going to find out what kind of an answer does LA have for OpTic, who have taken away that top hall position so easily on defense.
Yeah, I think you just put it on the screen right there, what your call should be, and that's aggression through the middle of the map. Don't allow OpTic to be very comfortable in that position, because they are gathering so much info that they are trapping you in the first 10 seconds over towards fence line. So contesting mid might be the best answer. And Abeezy's going to switch from the M15 to the MPC and go right back over to this B strat and wait for OpTic this time around.
Yep. But OpTic are essentially saying, until you plant, we've got no interest in contesting. And instead, well, I thought for a moment they were just going to catch Abeezy out on that route up top to patio, but OpTic don't even take a shot. And Hydra finds Mercules backside 10. Now he's got info to set up Abeezy for a freebie, and this is a little bit too simple. Dashy does get one in response, and to be fair, LA have not planted yet. So Shotzi still in a position to potentially win the round. Oh my goodness, the first one there, the second not quite centered. And we'll go to the 2v2, 35 on the clock.
And Shotzi has him trapped. Technically still catch someone off guard, but ready and waiting is going to be Neum. So now Dashy in a 1v2, 25 seconds left. They have no idea where he is.
Yeah, Dashy tries to take away the arches through well, and he's going to see the bomb come out. There's Hydra, there's Neum. gets the first, shots to the second, perfect. And oh man, okay. All of a sudden, it feels like we've got ourselves a series. OpTic 6-2, the Hacienda. LA not able to put together a response for OpTic's defense.
Yeah, just a little bit too late to making those mid-round adjustments to try to counter what OpTic are throwing at you. Because this might have been the first map so far throughout this entire series where OpTic actually looked comfortable, where the players doing what they usually do best, and Shotzzy making Shotzzy plays. This is just one that, even though they didn't have many reps on it, we knew it was going to treat them well. He had so much success in the last title, and they continue in here in Black Ops 7.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So 6-2 the count. The scoreboard doesn't really give you that. First bloods are relatively even. Stat line relatively even outside of Mercules, who goes 8-5. But honestly speaking, Jay, I think that's just a game plan design standpoint. You know, the initial round for LA, you get the follow-up offense from OpTic, but then they go on that 4-in-a-row spree. And again, just kind of classifying it, is LA having issues on their attack, controlling the space that was given to them over towards that A site. They get a couple of plants off, but their post plant is just so feeble and so one-dimensional that it just allows OpTic to make some easy reads.
Yeah, they just gave up all of mid-map, man. You can dominate fence line, you can have your back's flank being secured, but if you give up mid-map, with all the angles that you can approach over towards that A site, it's just very difficult, especially if you're losing that first gunfight. So fantastic plays there from OpTic to show that teamwork is going to make the dream work, even with our backs against the wall, because there was so many positions where Abizi, who loves to be like the guy to fly on in and get the first blood, he was the island player on 2 of their 4 attacking rounds, and he got isolated in 2 of those 4 attacking rounds by just getting picked up with the M15. The aggression was the answer for OpTic, and they stay alive in this series a little bit longer.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so now it gets to a 3-2 map count, as OpTic were able to put together their first convincing moment so far in this series. And kind of, it's one of those things, man. You see a 2-point game come your way through hardpoint, and it just feels like that just ignites the fire inside of OpTic. 6-2, the Hacienda, now to Scar Overload, where OpTic have put a ton of reps on this season, but have not found the most amount of convincing success, whereas on the other front, it's been LA's playground, including a 5-4 win on OpTic at Atlanta at the Major 3 Grand Finals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like on 6 in a row on this map ever since the meta change. It's because like NPCs is the name of the game for LA. They just continuously are getting behind you. And if you are OpTic with the likes of Shotzzy and Hook, you got to be able to stop them, or at least tell one of your ARs to match them and whip out that 3rd SMG, because it's just way too overwhelming. When you're thinking, all right, I took care of Abizi, I took care of Hydra, our spawn should be clear. No, Neem is gonna be there with an NPC. Scrap sometimes finds himself behind enemy lines. It's just like these guys are so hard to keep track of, but at least so far, in the last 2 maps, OpTic have dug their feet in the sand, got a grip on this series, and are finally showcasing why they are one of the top dogs.
And I also know, just to kind of give you guys at home something a little bit more intentional to look at, keep your eye on what timings and routes Hook and Shotzzy are going to take. For those of you that are avid fans of the flank and all of our other watch parties, there was an aggressive debate about Shotzzy and Hook and their play styles on this map mode combo when they played at the Grand Finals. Were they getting too loose? Were they trying to do too much, stepping away too far from their teammates? I think on one side of the argument, it was, you know, at a certain point, you have to trust that your teammates are going to at least trade that in those face-up battles. On the other front, it's a, should you have come back to help us to make sure we win those battles and not lose the map? You pick at home which side you favor. And will any of that actually come together again? Because the other thing about that combo, Jay, is like you take that into retrospect, and if you're looking specifically at those moments as a squad, you know better than most, that could play with your head. If you're a Shotzzy or a Hook and you're thinking that after like a post-game VOD review that, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been hitting those routes, that can mess with you big in terms of if they actually do that at all.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, man, because if you're going to hit those OE routes, you're putting more pressure on your teammates who are trying to lock down the opposite side of the map just to stall time for you to make the big-time play. So you got to be calculated. You got to choose when's the right time to make those plays happen. Because OpTic, with their backs against the wall, desperately needed at this point. They're starting off on the good side, so you want to get as many scores as you possibly can, but it's always about the break-off.
Absolutely the case, and like we talked about on the Den, break-off-wise, Thieves have been, I would say, definitively our best team in Overload in the first 45 seconds. Nice response here, though. OpTic will at least evenly trade things out. The Neum trying to get the last shot into Hook, who's able to counter with a stun. And now Neum's in some trouble, but he's able to find the first. But it's a 3-for-1 exchange. Hydra the last one standing as the EMP is in OpTic's hands. Kills come through. Shotzzy trying to get it done with Hercules as their own. And, oh, can't quite get through the threshold. The Shotzzy back to 100 HP. Little bounce off the wall. Neum trying to push forward, but
oh no.
It's that land over the top. Unfortunately, have it just down to 1. And it looks like Thieves will be able to set up at least some sort of a defense here. But, hold on, not done.
They're still here.
Still fighting, still trying to get this EMP over the threshold, but Abizi, he finds himself one. Dashy stuck on a pistol. You think the moment should be over, and very well it is.
Holy moly, what a bloodbath. All around that tank area just for a capture not to go down. So everyone can take a little bit of a breath. Start to fight for that mid-map control, and it's Shotzzy for now, at least controlling Delhi. Hook on the opposite side was trying to create some more space over through play, but both get shut down, and now the ARs for Thieves could just pre-aim forward.
Yeah, there we go. Thieves starting to build some momentum, have the numbers. Working on routes, not just through the P3 side of that, but also over towards Motel. Hook will stop one of those two plays. Shotzzy now over the top, getting some pressure from Thieves, pushing to the middle of the map, but Hook and Merc have that covered, and now Shotzzy can start to get a little bit more loose. Hook can do the same thing, trying to get over to the Thieves building, and both SMGs will find their way forward.
Can anyone from Thieves put themselves in position to get one kill to slow down this play? The only one that's going to be in a position to do that is Hydra. But OpTic get on the board first. The reset, though, they're not in a position that Scrap finds 3. They're already going to block those spawns. It's all on Hercules to keep this safe.
They've lost Hercules, though, so yes, you get a couple of players forward, but no one is going to be able to cleanly take this EMP. Finally, the shutdown has enough time been killed. Hook able to find one through the mid-cut. Hydra with a pistol response. Just on to what Abizi could do from the front, and the counter cap is immediately there. Ooh, we'll go back and rewatch that one at one moment in time. OpTic able to get the first score, but give away so much of the map, and Thieves convert on the response.
And look at Scrap, knowing that he is surrounded by all of OpTic. Let me just get one kill to slow them down. Teammates are now here to slay out the rest of them. You still haven't located where Shotzzy is, but Shotzi's more focused on the spawn kill, and he's able to find it because now he's going to turn into the lead blocker, but he just runs out to the middle of the map, and now it's just going to slow down OpTic.
Yeah, Hydra going to be put to bed, so LA will also be pushed back into their spawn. 2 minutes on the clock here in the first half. OpTic carrying the EMP up top as they would traditionally do towards field side, but there's not a lot of help here, and OpTic are actually spawning over towards backside red steps, so this is kind of one of those desperate moments where you're trying to fight back and win portions of the map to at least get yourself set up, and that will work out. 2 will drop LA in some trouble here as it's just down to Scrap. He finds himself 2. Spawners now going to make their way back over.
Oh my!
From Scrap absolutely pelts Hook, and LA's defense will get into position.
They just keep on stopping them. It doesn't matter how much possession time OpTic have. It's still a tie game on the better side. And now with the counter cap opportunity, and you find this kill, and it's Hydra with the highlight reel. Just keep on stalling. Tiger Scrap is going to jump that one in for free. Thieves have the lead.
And now all of a sudden back over towards the middle of the map comes the next EMP with a minute 15 on the clock. Luke putting pressure onto the Thieves spawn. Neum stuck with an M15 inside of mid-market. Not the weapon that you want for the job. He gets a ton of damage and now can resort to the pistol.
The streak.
Hydra is up top over towards green. Streak being called in like you call. It's at least enough to help out to gain that space towards green. But Shotzzy has eluded it, at least for a small time, and that actually lets Dashy get behind the play here towards A.
Dashy needs to get a lot more than just 1 kill. He's able to find 2. Can't get the third onto Neum, though. And even with him finding a double, you don't locate the last 2 players with these, so just camp your corners, guarantee your ones, because time is getting away. Only 40 seconds. OpTic desperately at least want to tie this before halftime.
Yeah, but Neum is being so slippery through the middle of the map. As much as the space is nice for OpTic, you have to get the EMP to follow up on it, and they're not able to do it. All 4 OpTic players will drop. Neum trying to push forward, but gets caught throwing a trophy system. 20 seconds left. It'll be Scrap to carry the EMP. Forward blockers in Hydra and Abizi working on opposite sides of the map. And finally, Neum off spawn will help Scrap make his way through Motel.
Should they keep on finding the opening kill? Now in the final 5 seconds, you're going to try to retract it or at least play a little bit of mind games because Hydra is lead blocking on both sides. But Thieves now in extra time have the final push in their possession. Abizi's able to locate 1. Scrap eventually is going to fall. But you are 100% happy if you are LA. On the bad side, you stopped them for a minute straight at the goal line. And then you're also going into the better side now, up by 1, and you know your SMGs are foaming out the mouth to get into blue already.
Oh, yeah. Without question. I mean, that is, one of the longest defensive battles we've had over towards the A zone. It just looked like after each and every kill, OpTic was going to have a chance. But then in the scoring moment, because of where they're spawning over towards Motel side and middle, everyone has to help get it through the finish line, that there's no one in position to stop the quick capture from the top side of the map. And then this one is just one of those moments where you just get that little bit of extra benefit of being in reach of the knife. So 2-1, swap the sides, second half action. OpTic need to win this to send it to 7. LA, leader's advantage from the favored side.
Oh my goodness.
They've got a solid break off.
Yeah, and they back down Hook. They know that Shotzzy was over towards the plane side, so if we can quickly trade him out, we can add score number 3. It stalls out so much time, Stun's able to connect, and now it's Hydra roaming in blue with an M15. Yeah, he usually doesn't have this gun, but he's still finding kills.
Oh! He's got the pistol too, and that's another third kill coming from Neum plus the 4th. EMP going to be grabbed before the reset, but everyone is so far away. May not make a difference, though. Hydra on this fence position continues to keep OpTic spawning all the way out, and a third score comes through. Pressure now firmly established as OpTic are down big, but they do put together a clean break off. 4 dead for LA on this next set.
And this is where you're banking on Shotzzy to find that opening kill, but it's actually going to be Hook with a little bit of assistance. So OpTic have the EMP in their possession. They are dominating time of possession, by the way, in this game. Just not dominating in the scoreboard. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, and you find 2 kills over towards Motel. Might be the opportunity you were looking for.
Should be good. Oh! Dashy, nice pistol shots. Trophy system down. Merc with the score. EMP will spawn behind over towards Motel, and Dashy just gets it done with the pistol. Oh my goodness. But now all of a sudden, hold on a second. OpTic spawn firmly up towards the P3 side of the map. EMP's down low towards Motel. And yeah, you can put some pressure onto LA's spawns, but you also have to be careful that LA will just push right through this setup.
Yeah, now they can completely disregard Shotzzy or just try to not put as much focus on him. He's still able to make an impactful kill. Just gotta be the lead blocker, sniff out that final player in Hydra. EMP carrier falls. Dashy trying to hold down this top position. Him alongside Hook. That's already 3. They might be able to get score number 3, but Neum shuts it down.
Oh, so much damage from Neum, even onto Hook behind that. Shotzzy trying to find this position back into OpTic's favor, but Abeezy's double drops the EMP. So now it's just Shotzzy by himself behind enemy lines. It looks like LA are just going to try to avoid him, just kind of keep their heads on a swivel as they try to move up the map. They find the elimination. Now it's down to the focus from the front. Hydra looking for the pistol win, but did not expect 2 OpTic players to be here. Abeezy on 3. Still holding the P3 side of the map, but a big win from Hook has OpTic resetting. 2:30 on the clock. Still a 1-point game for Thieves.
And the reset is about to come in, so if you can win this one-on-one gunfight quickly, grab it, you're going to stand a chance at a score. But everyone racing over towards the Motel side. Hydra gets picked off. OpTic in a 3v3 for this map control.
Big win, 3 kills come through. Last one left alive is Scrap, playing over towards mid-market. Trying to cut off the EMP, he's shut down. Now it's just Hydra in their way. Oh, but the stuns are landing and no one's able to seize Hydra over towards the backside. He still goes unnoticed. No one even looks his direction. Just kind of out in the middle of no man's land. Hydra gets 3 stops to play, and now LA are back on the offense.
Yeah, Shotzzy's just trying to be annoying. Already in a position, a very powerful position, to cause some problems. Yes, top green spawn. He's blocking these close spawns from LA to spawn him over towards Motel, and OpTic are able to tie the game.
Okay, here we go. 3-3, minute 35 on the clock. EMP back to mid-map. LA have a bunch of individual gunfights in front of them. OpTic structuring a bit of construction over towards the backside of market. Setup looking solid. Hook able to find 1. Abeezy.
He's out of there.
Have to try to move over, but the problem is you get 1 player in Hydra still to spawn up to defend this A zone. Minute 15 now on the clock.
And now no one want to grabbing this EMP very quickly. Let's get the map control to start it off. And it's Hydra and Scrap already finding 2. You know, at least 1 player from OpTic still going to be around that mid-map area, but that's all 4 dead. Everyone coming off the respawn. Got to wait for Scrap on this pinch, and this is looking like score 4.
Oh, but Dashy gets 2. Last one left alive is Scrap. Trying to get there, but not going to happen. Hydra, can you find every... Oh! 2 come through, 1 more to grab, but Shotzzy saves the day again. Huge stand for OpTic. Still tied at 3. Shotzzy making a quick rotation over to play, but he doesn't have a lot of help here. So LA will have a chance to hold numbers and try to control the map.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the EMP out, and look at what Neum is already doing, taking the space on the opposite side. SMG and the AR in the back pocket, but all he wants to do is value his life. He gets picked, and OpTic should have the numbers to stop this.
But look at Hydra rewrapping backside fences.
Oh, no.
OpTic are a bit stuck behind the tank. First kills come through. One more to grab. Can you get there to pick up and score in time? Yes, you can. That's 15 seconds on the clock. OpTic are reeling. They're finding the kills they need, though. That's all 4 dead. It's going to be an opportunity for someone to grab this and potentially score behind. Neum will drop. Here comes the relay. It's just going to be down to can you find the kills? Abizi start things off. You can still play for overtime, but the chase is on. They're going to find Mercules. OpTic may have been the kings of consistency, but Black Ops 7 is now firmly in the hands of the LA Thieves with 3 tournament wins in a row.
What a performance from our most recent champions. From start to finish of this series, you played some maps that you're not familiar with, some maps that haven't really treated you well on this season, and they were heavily in favor of the green wall. And you beat the hell out of them in the first 3. Even though it does go to the distance to map number 6, Overload was a difference maker at Atlanta, and it's a difference maker here in Minor 2. LA complete the series versus OpTic once again, and they are crowned our champions of another minor.
Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff, man. And it's become undeniable now. You may have had LA or OpTic kind of interchange between the number 1 and number 2 position after the last major, and that would be fine. There are good arguments for both until, I would say, this series right here. A 2-point game on the Hacienda, or the Gridlock hardpoint. Everything else until that point had been all Thieves. Yes, there's a great response on the Hacienda search and destroy for OpTic, and a near chance to send this thing into a 7th map, or at least an overtime in the Scar Overload, but we don't get all the way there this time around. Huge win for LA. That's Minor 1, Major 3, Minor 2. Black Ops 7 right now is all Thieves all the time. They're running it up, Jay. Final thoughts.
Oh, they are unbelievable, man. Without a doubt, the top team that we have in the game. And if you are OpTic, who needs to work on their overload, yeah, you desperately need it versus that kind of team, man, because it's going to be tough to beat them.
Insane Grand Finals. That concludes Minor 2. We're back with quals, but before we do, back to the desk.
The 3-peat for LA Thieves. There we go, triple dipper. Lovely stuff from the Thieves. I mean, gosh, lights out.